Hello, hello. Hope everybody is doing well. Hello, Rorschach. Welcome back, Tribe. Let's go ahead and jump into the game. I notice it does not loop the audio for some reason. Left on the menu, but that's okay. So we are at 36 escape attempts. We are doing extremely well. I need to refresh my memory. How much purple do we have? Only 37? Oh, we gotta start saving up again. I think I won't use purple for a long time. I think we're pretty much good to go for a while. Up next was the shield. Chat was requesting I use the fists. I was gonna say try. We also haven't used shield. Did you want to see the shield at some point? Right now it's on the purple. I'm not sure when we'll get the fist again.
Let's punch things up a bit.
Let's take a look at this in the meantime. Yeah, we'll definitely show fist off at some point. I guess we'll do shield again, because that is the current bonus. I really like Aspect of Zeus. I think Aspect of Chaos is just better if you can pump it up, for sure. But there's just something about this that just brings me endless enjoyment. Just something about it, chat. Let's see, we still have one companion, but we can't really do anything with it. What were we looking to do? Oh, we had to take, I wanted to see if bringing the keepsake to Hermes would grant us something. And I think I wanted to get more relationship up with Ares, Athena, Poseidon, I think, were the three I was looking to focus next. So we'll see how things go. I don't know if Ares makes sense for the shield bonus I just took, though. I mean, I could get it on my normal strikes, I suppose. Yeah, I could try that. See how that feels. Because this is not going to be doing a lot of damage. We might just be stacking Doom and running away. The ultimate cheese build. Can't wait till you get aspects. Hopefully you get them and enjoy them. I'll take one tick of damage control. So,
all right, it's time to shine.
We'll try something a little different, chat. We haven't been giving Ares any love, and I feel like I've been favoring certain gods. We got a hammer immediately. Okay, what's the hammer upgrade choices?
This shield's about to get a whole lot stronger.
Oh. Well, try. If you were doing the melee build, this would be the heavenly power increase. Every time special hits, my attacks deal 80% more damage. You know what, chat? I'm gonna leave it up to you. How do you want to define my playstyle? I've been making all the choices. I feel at this point we've seen everything before. I think I do like the charge shot for the bull rush because I like making everything a bow. Bull rush dealing bonus damage to armor is always good because that deals with a lot of the elites. This one, if we focus instead of Ares on our normal attack, our normals could end up doing an insane amount of damage. Chat saying charge shot, sure thing. Now I have, I think, a ranged way to apply Doom. Would be interesting.
That's it.
Oh, fishing spot, nice.
Now.
There we go, chat. See, no matter what we pick, we always pick bow in the end.
Victory.
Our choice is Dionysus, which is hard. Oh, we can't do that anyway. Or Ares. Sure, do that.
More witches? Heads up.
There we go. Hello, Kirk. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Ares. We have a gift for you.
Lord Ares, as bloodshed has become somewhat of a necessity in my situation, I'm very grateful that you're with me in this. I know never to take it for granted.
Your most gracious with me, my kin, and I remain enthralled as ever by your blood-soaked way of life. I trust the violence I have wrought on your behalf has been quite satisfactory.
I see a chaos option on the floor. We'll have to visit that.
You have the Shield of Chaos, Aegis. Quite unlike the one my good sister Athena likes to flash around. You have much better taste.
We have a very interesting choice, I will say. So, right now, we have a range attack when we hold down the Bull Rush command, and it does a lot of damage. We could technically apply it to that. We have Special Inflicts Doom, which, the fact that it spins in place forever, means that we could end up just basically permanent stacking Doom on them, on larger bosses. Or cast sending a Blade Rift hurling forward is not a bad one. Chat's chanting egg. Hello, Rixian. So is there anything the chat would like to see in particular? As I said before, I've been making a lot of decisions. If the chat doesn't know, I'll pick one. I don't mind. But very interesting choices, I will say. I don't think this is actually a bad roll. Chat's saying 2, Special Inflicts Doom. It is the epic rank one. Go ahead and do that.
This is my fight.
This is for you. I'm giving up a Nectar, chat. This is for you. Calling you out, chat. Yeah, I think Attack Inflicting Doom is better, like from certain builds, because you can use your normal attacks just very lightly, and then your special could have like a Zeus, like I'm sure Kirk is kind of thinking that. But on the flip side, I could end up with a very powerful normal attack, and I could go for that kind of build. We'll see.
You enjoy a moment's peace within my space before venturing on in uncertainty. To my surprise, I must admit, I do appreciate the company.
Sounds like we're making progress with Chaos relationship. Ooh. Interesting. Next 4 encounters take 37% damage. Afterwards, boon of 36% chance of rare or greater. That potentially is very powerful. A 94% damage multiplier is kind of insane. I don't know if losing money is worth it this early, to be honest. So it's probably between the epic and the rare. Cat's voting for a number 1. Sure thing. We'll take it. Okay. I was gonna say, I really doubt it's gonna give us Nectar. Guess we'll take purple. Get some 5 extra health from our contractor. Yeah, they really could not really do that much to us, chat. It's kind of insane.
Pure darkness.
Our choices are a boss for gems or purple. I'm going to always take purple under every scenario, because I want the health. And we still have a lot to use with purple. That is so satisfying, chat.
A feast for Aegis.
So unfair. And the fact that it can return to you and do Doom as well. That's so entertaining. So no, maybe not the most optimal thing, but I am still very much entertained by this choice. Vernal Troves, don't care about those. Weak shop choices. Our choices, it's purple again. Okay. I mean, I don't mind having some bonus health here, chat. Do not mind. That poor enemy. Just getting stun locked forever. I love range options on shield, chat. So entertaining. I love it. Just think about, actually, you know what would be really interesting, Kirk, for this one, with the, there's an Ares passive where the more you stack Doom, the more damage it does. That could actually be really insane with the shield, because all it does is increase the number of stacks. So we have the choice of going to the shop or getting another Ares. I am 100% getting another Ares. No contest. I don't care if it's a boss.
Tombstone. Just great.
Anyway, chat, Oh, the boss moved. What a shame. We were gonna win from where we were. Anyway, I don't have to approach anymore, chat. Attack inflicts Dune, dash does it. After you kill an enemy, your next attack does 200% damage. Oh my gosh. I don't know, chat. We don't want to. I'm not gonna. If the chat votes for one, I'm not gonna take it. But if chat wants 2 or 3, I will take the chat's opinion on these. So having another dash, Blade Rift, is pretty strong. But this passive is just dumb, honestly. The fact that it's epic is ridiculous. Chat saying 3. I don't disagree with that.
More bloodshed.
What does Alter do? I'm not sure what you mean. Did I miss something? Oh, you mean what? Oh, I'm sorry. You mean when I'm at the different rewards. My bad. I wasn't thinking about that. So there are dice things that you can unlock from the purple mirror or from the contractor that they will drop when you go get keys going forward, for example. And it lets you re-roll the item reward. So if I don't want purple here, I can re-roll it to be something else. So I could make it gold or other things. I don't have a choice in it, and it's a limited range of what it could be, but it helps eliminate some of the bad RNG. Potentially it can roll God Power, but it seems kind of rare that it does that. Yeah, you might have noticed, Try, when you do normal strikes with the shield, it tends to have pushback. So you could try to take advantage of that to slam them against walls, especially when you get Poseidon. It'd be kind of fun. And the nice thing is, while that's constantly dealing Doom damage, I could just melee around it. Nice.
Fine, go then.
We're back up to our starting health, but we have 120 max now. Pushback is very strong. I think you'll end up enjoying Poseidon a lot. I think, as I said before, melee has a really big power jump once you unlock all the gods. So until you get Poseidon, I don't think shield will be quite as fun. And I would say from Poseidon, his dash is probably my favorite dash in the game. Outside of maybe Dionysus, who I think is a sleeper hit, or probably second best dash in the game. Oh, you got the Poseidon ones? Oh, his dash is so good. His dash is so good. It's my favorite by far. Also, by the way, Try, you might have noticed, this automatically kills all the projectiles with the special. There's nothing these enemies could do. I'm basically god moding. Like, what could they do? Literally unable to do anything. Just perish. Goodbye.
All set.
They can do nothing but perish. Oh, we have a chance to talk to Sisyphus. That could be fun. Gain +1 usage of a summon companion from the shop or heal. Listen, have you seen this shield build? I am not going to get hit outside of projectile madness. We're fine. Let's go talk to Sisyphus. Oh, hopefully you end up enjoying it, Tron, when you stream it.
Hey, sir.
I could get Boldy again.
Boldy, while on one hand I know that making offerings to you won't really help me get out of here, on the other hand, maybe it will?
Boldy ... us with his infinite wisdom. I'll gift Boldy just for you, chat, even though I don't think this is good.
You know, I think I'm growing more accustomed to relating to a giant stone. Well, see you.
Oh, chat, we did get something. I didn't even notice that. I was actually looking for something else. So apparently giving nectar to Boldy gives us Heart of Stone. You believe in Boldy, and Boldy believes in you. Attack bonus 3%. So now there's always a use of nectar at the very end of the game. So I'm not going to do this every run, as I really, really honestly need the nectar for other things. But that's really good to know, that once you're done with relationships, it still has a purpose.
I have to tell you, Sisyphus, sometimes I wish I knew more about your past. You must have been a great king.
Well, the thing is that I wasn't, Highness. And that's not modesty from me, all right? All behind me now, and I'd appreciate it if we left it at that.
Well, I'm glad I inspired you to pick up the game try. Hopefully you'll figure out what you end up liking the most out of it, like what builds work for your playstyle.
I hear you, sir. Though whatever you did in your mortal days, you've since more than paid for it, I'm sure. Wait, is that why you're still here in Tartarus? Because you think you deserve this?
It's more like this is where I belong, where my path has taken me, you know? Here in the underworld, you can't entirely escape your past, and yet it's like you get another life to live, with all the wisdom that you picked up along the way.
Our choices is healing, we don't need that. Darkness or gold. We're gonna take darkness.
Say no more.
Thanks.
So we're coming up to a key,
Shades aren't so bad.
which will end up giving us another dice due to the contractor. So we'll have more opportunities to reroll the later dungeon components. Oh. Unfortunate. We're gonna go ahead and use our cast to kind of burst them. They're just showing to try the power of the cast even without any upgrades. Super useful. 3 DPS. I'm gonna take it. Bonk. Choices are another key, which I don't really want, or purple. We'll take the purple. It can be kind of addicting.
Out of my way.
It's nice when runs go well, I will say. Now here's an example of an enemy where we can't reflect their projectile. They will do a little bit of damage to us. So we're just gonna kite him. Again, normal enemies will get stun locked by the spinning blade. We just have to be careful when they have armor. Nice and simple, chat.
Some darkness.
Earn up to 150 gold with a Trove Trial. Why not?
Yeah, might as well.
My coffers are not yours for pillaging.
I'm gonna drag the shield through them, because that should just do overall really high DPS. Nice.
Blood and darkness.
Got a trial my last run, had 2 health left, I died. Not recommended to take the trials, I would say early on. I didn't really start doing them until I got super comfortable with the game. Speaking of super comfortable, our choices are health, which I honestly don't need at all. We're gonna go to the shop instead with our ridiculous 429 gold, because I don't need that much this early on. We get an Artemis. Okay. I'm not gonna say no to free damage, chat. Oh, chat. Wait a minute. If we get the Artemis passive, where every time the special hits it shoots an arrow, I'm gonna be in projectile heaven.
Cheers, mate.
You hunted down a real bargain there in Keron's shop. Though how about we try a slightly bigger deal on for size right now?
Interesting choices. Oh, we could get her call. I'm gonna take her call, chat. There's not many calls I would take in the game. I think hers is really solid, just for burst, not good for crowd control. I think Zeus's is okay if he has all of his passives stacked up. Poseidon, by far, is my favorite. But we'll take this. I don't really want the other ones at all. It is interesting to replace this, but nah, it's fine. We'll take this. I'll take the 25 max health as well. So I still ended with over 154 gold, which is still really good. Oh no, my least favorite one. Oh yeah, chat. Tisiphone, I think, is one of the harder bosses in the game, honestly. Unless you have really good projectile deflect. It's kind of nasty.
We're not getting through to one another, are we? I'm sorry that it has to be this way.
He's sorry it has to be this way. Listen, I'm gonna throw... I'm gonna throw that shield and run away, chat. If I can't see her, I'll just make the shield come back to us. So it is racking up a ton of damage.
Not again.
So whenever we have to go into full boss dodge mode, I think the shield is pretty useful. Now, fortunately, this shield deletes all projectiles, so we kind of gimped this fight pretty horribly. I don't think there's much she could do, honestly, other than dash at us. So we're gonna burst her in a little bit. Huh? Where'd my... Oh. Man, she is just teasing us. Please die. There we go. Making this fight look free. It's really horrible normally. I agree, Kirk, but... See, this is why I like projectiles, chat. If you're wondering why I switched to bow and I destroy everything with bow, it's because I don't have to deal with that melee range. I could just focus on dodging.
Well, Father.
And let the game play itself.
Are you suitably warmed up for Asphodel?
Let's see here.
We have another choice for Relic. I think I might try to talk to Hermes, so I think I'm actually gonna forego all of the other ones for now until we come across Hermes. I just want to see if this will advance.
Dead already?
Dead already, indeed. I want to see if this advances our relationship with him. Because Aphrodite made a comment, and I think Poseidon did as well in our previous run, so I just want to see if this is needed to take him to the next step. Let's go ahead and bring in dodge bonus, because why not? It's not like I need the other gods. We're fine.
Closer to the surface.
You know what we want? You'll get the egg eventually. But I'm looking for Hermes first.
Getting warmer.
Pop that for free gold, which is useful. Ooh, no fishing spots. How unfortunate. So we're just gonna hopefully get some god powers. I might re-roll one of the basic ones that we get here, as Pamba Power is not super interesting for us, as we'll be stacking those at the end of the game. This enemy is also kind of annoying, but I think with the shield, I feel like a lot of the more annoying anti-melee enemies in this game are just kind of free. I unfortunately whiffed him on one of my hits. That's okay. Did that actually level up? I didn't pay attention. I heard it bonged, but I wasn't looking at it. Our special inflicts more doom damage, yes.
Zesty.
That'll help us scale a little bit. I thought I heard a chaos portal. I did. What's the choice between chaos, money? Oh. Oh, this really hurts. I'm gonna do it for chat.
Hit me.
We'll talk to Hermes eventually. Hurts my soul to do, but I know this is what chat would want.
In the name of Hades.
Oh, a new one. Next 4 encounters, you take 377% traps from traps. Afterwards, you get damage from attacking from behind. This might be one of the only ones we're missing for him. We have to take this one. Prophecies fulfilled. Okay, worth it. Sort of rewarded. We'll take purple. What is the egg? If you give a nectar to chaos, you can get to chaos without losing health. So people are chanting for the egg. It makes its items a bit better too. Alright, we're gonna take it nice and slow. So we are slowly building dodge chance, which isn't terrible. Versus our Demeter, Shop, or Artemis. Demeter is a very interesting choice because I can rack up a lot of slow hits with our normals. And Artemis is just busted in general, so it's probably fine.
Show me, Charon.
I guess I'm leaning more towards Demeter, just to have more variety. I really don't want her cast. I don't like her cast. I don't want her dash. She has to give me normal. If she gives me anything else, I'm going to be very upset. I'm not going to lie. We'll do a boss fight for her, though. Yeah, we no longer need the egg. It's fine. We maxed it, technically. Oh, that doesn't destroy her rock attack. Interesting. Oh, I didn't realize I got petrified there. Unfortunate. Thought I dodged it. I did not. See, here's where having Frost would help, where I'm not looking to do a lot of damage. I'm just looking for some utility. So Dionysus, I think, on our normal strikes would be fine, as would Aphrodite. I think any of those are probably fine. Demeter is also a good normal attacker.
This land is not unlike your own in certain ways. For Helios, the sun has not shone down upon it for some time. How long, I really couldn't tell you, little sprout. Long enough for mortals to take notice, certainly.
And I got exactly what I was looking to get. Nice. So now we can really start racking up some stuff on the foes. Hopefully we get some more Hermes. I might just leave this on for the rest of the run. We should eventually, inevitably, get another Hermes. Gotta be really careful with the projectiles here. But yeah, chill just makes them so much slower. Makes it way easier to stack up the Doom on them for sure. Unfortunately, I wish we could not push things back with our normal strikes. There we go. Let the game play itself for a little bit. Ooh, that did some serious damage to us. I don't like that.
Damn.
Oh, I threw it the wrong way. That's what I get for dashing, chat. Oh, it's from the trap damage. I was wondering why he said that earlier. Annoying to navigate the lava. This and that extra dash for sure. We'll get through it. Versus our gold, health, or Dionysus? Dionysus on our dash wouldn't be terrible. I don't really want gold or health. We'll go for a super wacky build, chat. Let's do wacky build. Just always chant the egg. True. And also, if I get Dionysus's cast, that's my favorite cast. So pretty much more or less a win-win. It can't be a call. I eliminated one of the not as good calls in this game. I'm sure Tri will end up really enjoying the game once he can unlock calls. That makes the game a lot easier, but I think by default it takes quite a while to get them. That is a ton of free damage, as you can see. Trying to play this super safe, kill him with some casts.
Hello there, Dionysus.
Interesting, we can't gift him any more nectar.
You are the top of the mountain, you know that, man? Good on you, getting on just about everybody's good side up here. I mean, that is a feat, all right?
I was talking about the calls, Try. The bonus move I get whenever I take damage or deal damage. And I got two really interesting choices. So this I feel is, I think, really slept on. I think this is one of the best dashes that we've come across. And it came with rare. Or this one, which is just 5% bonus damage across the board. We still have quite a few fountains to go, potentially getting a 20% damage bonus. And we always get guaranteed full heal. It's very interesting. Both of these are very powerful. I think for my purposes, I might lean more towards the dash. Because I could potentially get this stacked in with Doom. So anytime I'm running from somebody, they'll just start taking damage over time. Oh, we have a chance of Shop or Hermes. Well, I need to talk to Hermes. I would have probably preferred the Shop normally there, but I want to make sure we don't miss our opportunity. Oh, fishing spot. It's golden shiny. Is this a rare fish?
I think I got one. I caught one.
Hey, Hermes.
Yes, Walkers. It's the Premium Express delivered straight to you, fresh from the richest mountaintop up here. You're gonna like this.
He didn't seem to react to it. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay, we have the choice of God Gauge refills automatically, which is one of the best ones in the game, where after I dash, it becomes sturdy and move faster. I don't really want special speed be faster, unless that includes the ticks of triangle. I'm just gonna go for this one.
The haste of Hermes.
I just love the haste so much. I can't say no, chat. I feel like that to me is so much more important for dodging. Like, the God Gauge is like, I'm already winning, so just win harder kind of thing. But this lets me actually get to the point where I could cheese everything. So we could start stacking up an insane amount of damage on this enemy. Just by dashing in his face repeatedly. As you can see, they're already taking a ton of damage. I don't know why these enemies are camping back here. I find that very rude.
Not yet.
Why are they over there like that? Okay, fine. Come on, do your little shake. So if I do have to go into melee, I can slow them down with this. Which is good. You can see he's already much easier to dodge. And because of how much damage we do just by doing dash strikes, it's just free damage. Might use our call here to burst some of these. I'm thinking about it. I don't need it to kill the boss. I just mostly need to get rid of the damage dealers. There we go. We dealt with the problem, chat. It's not the boss. It's the constant projectiles. Oh, I got a little greedy there. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, and we got greedy, but we didn't get punished. That's all that matters, chat. Just don't get punished.
Good, no more heads.
Nice, we'll take the diamond. Didn't see a fishing point, but I'm gonna double check. I don't think we should get something to complete our build. We're still missing several powers, which is not good. I might try to force the Dionysus here. Thinking about it. Because we don't have a cast, which is unfortunate. We also don't have Ares again. What are the odds of getting another Chaos? I mean, I'll equip it for chat. Sure, I'll pay for healing, pay for purple. That's fine.
That's it for us, Fidel.
I think as long as I get any cast here, I think I'm okay. The egg chants have begun. Yeah, the speed bonus plus the dodge feels really good. We have a lot of gold, so I have enough for the final area already. We get another hammer choice. I haven't used my projectile as much, but I expect to be using that, I think, on... Actually, I want to test something. Oh, I can do that. Oh, I thought I couldn't do that. Oh, well. Well then, chat, we're just gonna play sniping time.
Well,
Never mind. I thought I couldn't do the shield bash. You know what it is? I'm confusing it because the other shield, you can't do this. With the Agent of Chaos, you can't do this because you don't have a shield. But this one you do. Which is why I think this one is so fun. Again, because we can knock them around, we could do this straight up bullying. We pushed him out of bounds briefly. It was awkward.
time to mix up my style.
Full rush does damage, builds up charge faster, attacks hits twice, but does not knock foes away. That is actually exactly what I want this to do. Absolutely. I want to get those chill stacks up. 100%. Although that's... No, I don't want the power rush. No. Yeah, I want double stacking freeze for sure, chat. I'm taking that all day. Choices of health or gold? I'll take the gold this time. Yeah, double hitting with double freeze, just So if I want to build those stacks real quick, this is perfect for it. Because we have so much damage over time, there's really nothing they can do about this. They're just gonna explode. So even without a cast, we're doing pretty well.
Shiny.
Choices are dual god powers of Demeter and Dionysus. Oh, chat, I think I could get the Dionysus cast. Oh, I was rewarded for the hubris of not taking Dionysus. We're doing it, chat. Give me his cast. If we do, I'll be like all set. GG, chat. GG. Come on, give me your cast. I'm missing it. You should give it to me.
I can't say no to that.
He didn't give it to us? Oh. Deal more damage when 3 or more foes are hangover afflicted? What is that damage? 91%? Excuse me? Wait, what? What is that damage multiplier? Hangover afflicted on each other? That one could be very, very, very good. That's really strong. But that's 91% damage. I don't know, chat. This is a tough call. What does chat feel? I'm not replacing our Ares. I'm hoping we get another Ares before the end. I was hoping to get something interesting with Ares. What do you feel in chat? 2 or 3? So this one will help with the crowd control, where anytime I dash, I will basically kill them like that. Or if I'm fighting crowds but not able to take advantage of the damage necessarily, this one will make it so that everybody at minimum always gets hangover. Chat saying 2 for bad influence.
How about another?
This should be a lot of damage potentially.
If you are so disinterested in my generosity, young Zagreus, then you shall have my wrath.
I can't believe we didn't get the cast.
Lady Demeter, apologies.
Oh no, I got caught in the freeze. That sucked.
Damage ones come back.
I know the damage ones come back, but the freeze takes up the whole arena. What do you want me to do about that game? Oh, it spawned on me. No. Annoying. Stop that. Stop that. Why are there more? Oh, Elysium and your never-ending waves. Right, chat? One day it'll end. Oh, what the? It was like still lingering on the screen over there. That sucked. I couldn't kill it in time. A very annoying amount of damage taken by Demeter, because I'm more of a damage over time kind of character. Unfortunate. We'll pull through it though.
such interactions moving forward.
This is really unfortunate because she's probably going to give us her cast, and I really, really, really do not want her cast. Where she gives us the epic cast. Whenever you cast, chill foes around you. When all foes are chilled, they are slower. Yeah, this is what I want, for sure. This is going to help us with bosses. I think this is actually an extremely powerful passive, so this is actually the best role we could have gotten for her. So we didn't get the Dionysus I was looking for, but the other one wasn't bad. Our choices are just Ares, or Ares or Dionysus. We should probably get another Ares here. I don't need the Dionysus cast, and if this ends up being something like that, then that's okay. But I think we should start focusing our Doom damage. Like, it stacking a lot would help us a lot.
Oh wow, look at the pretty butterfly.
There's so much super armor. Unfortunate. I have to respect that, unfortunately. Super armor. This I don't have to respect. Nice.
In the name of Hades.
We got a new duo. Curse of Nausea. Your hangover effects deal damage faster. We're gonna give up the cast for that, but that could be fun. I don't really like his other passive. We'll do this. That's a good end game. Saw a shiny over here. We're gonna pop that. Versus our health or the person I don't like. I guess we'll go to the person I don't like. He knows what he did, chat. He knows exactly what he did and why I don't like him.
Here in Elysium, you have to win this stuff, so I have rarely had occasion to enjoy it. Thanks.
I'd say you earned it more than anybody else I've seen around here lately, though I don't make the rules.
I heard you vanquished Theseus however many times of late, or someone matching your description has, stranger. Almost had to laugh when I heard that, though I suspect he hasn't learned a thing.
What, you know him? Though, yes, he does seem rather set in his ways. Convinced himself that I'm some sort of demon from the lowest depths. Which, well, it's partly true, I guess.
You're quite notorious around these parts. The tales of your father's monstrous son kept under lock and key within his house. Fear and ignorance make for great stories, no?
We're gonna do the one where we recover health, because I'm kind of injured.
Thanks a lot.
What are our choices here? Hermes or shop? Really no reason not to use the shop again. We're at 647, which is very high. We could end up getting a god power here, which would help a lot. And of course it's Demeter. If this was Dionysus or Ares, she's gonna give us her call again. Or not call, her cast. Really don't want that.
Thank you, mate.
We'll do whenever you cast chill foes around me, because that's free AoE. Although this one's also pretty good. Unfortunately, we just haven't had a cast the whole game. But we'll take this.
Desolation.
Oh, he doesn't have anything behind him this time. Dang. Oh, we're not at the end yet. Interesting. Well, then I'll go for... I guess I'll go for more money then. You love when he's so talkative. Something like that, try. Now, what's interesting about her passive here is that it can pop their one-hit shield, which we have from the heat. So I could do that so that they could just die to anything afterwards. Just one shockwave will lead to them getting killed. It's working okay. There we go.
gift.
Nice and simple cleanup, chat. So we have a choice of nectar or gems. I'm probably gonna go for the nectar, because honestly we're kind of low and I don't care about gems. We'll take that. So even without a cast God power, I can take advantage of the chill for some easy AoE slow-mo. And it does help with just overall damage. That does make it a very effective tactic for us, I will say. If I happen to be out, I could just charge up the shield. There we go. Oh, there's still more enemies here. I was wondering what was happening. There we go. Nice and simple bait into the spinning death wheel. Love it, chat. Unfortunately, we didn't get any of Ares' passives, which would make Doom a bit more powerful. But even without it, I think we're doing okay. As you can see, I could just have constant death behind me, so if I really need to run from something, I'm not really losing any DPS, as long as I pull the shield towards me. It's very entertaining, I must say. Speaking of entertaining, love them being stun locked in the corner. Our dashing attack does 1 more damage. Nice. Another shot at Dionysus or the shop. Well, I'm gonna hold on to my gold for the next area. So let's hope, chat, that the game will give me a cast, as I would very much appreciate it. Gotta make sure I have nectar for Boldy. You're not wrong. Come on, chat. What are the odds I'm not gonna get it again, given that I've taken several passives now?
In the name of Hades.
It came with absolutely no buffs. That hurts. That hurts so much, chat. Well, that's actually so bad, chat. I'm not even gonna take it. I'm not taking it. It's only a normal. Don't want it. We'll take peer pressure, though. Yeah, that's a slap in the face. Literally the worst version of it possible. So unfortunate.
Beware, Asterius. The demon comes. The demon who would sever the fraternal bonds we share if we so much as drop our guard.
What? You think I'm here to ruin your friendship? Look, to each his own in that regard, though, since you bring it up, I really don't see why Asterius puts up with you.
You see? Just as I said. Cover your bovine ears, Asterius, for this monstrosity would poison us to get the upper hand.
I would. Oh, look at the damage he's taking, chat. The bait is real. Oh, I got deflected. That sucked.
Gods above, lend me your strength.
They are as good as
Nice.
You and me now.
So he's basically dead. I don't have to do anything else. Because of decay, he's gonna lose a lot of health over time. So we ended up with a lot of damage over times on a build, which is okay. It's a little risky, since we don't have like a hard stun from a cast still. But if we manage to finally get that, I would be very happy. But I think the only correct call here is to take the palm here so we could get +1s to everything. If I could purchase some healing, I'd appreciate it. Excellent. I could purchase some healing from the midway point. We're at 573 gold, which is completely out of control. So we should be able to purchase basically anything. I'm really hoping it's a Dionysus without terrible bonuses. But if it fails us again, I'm just going to move on. It's fine.
The Underworld's entryway.
Lots of extra gold there. Excellent, excellent. So no Death Defiance is lost. We could technically get both Artemis and Dionysus. I really hope he reconsiders. Let's see what he gives us, chat.
Here's the fee.
There we go. See, we were rewarded. Look at the difference. Instead of doing 100, it does 140. So just so Tri is aware as to why this is so broken, that 5 seconds of lingering effect from throwing the cast stuns even through super armor. So this is a free win.
Cheers, mate.
It's free. Okay, the only way it could be more free, chat, is if this is the passive that gives us arrows every time we hit with special. If that happens, I'm gonna lose it. It better be. It better be.
Cheers, mate.
Your hangover effects are more likely. Oh, you know what? Normally that's the right call, but chat, no. For this build, ignore the duo. I don't care about crit damage. I want this. It's gonna be so stupid. I hope you're ready, chat. It's a coming. The artillery is here. Our choices are gold. Oh, let's re-roll the palm.
Where would I be?
Let's re-roll this. We have 2 re-rolls for this purpose.
Whatever, let's try it.
A Dionysus, interesting. Do I need any more gold, though? I need only 500 to get to Hermes. I need 900 total. I think I'm okay with these choices. I really don't need this health up, but if I re-roll it to gold, that would really suck. Think about it. I guess it wouldn't hurt to re-roll the gold. I don't super need anything else from this.
Let's see what else.
I re-rolled it to a palm. That sucks. Well, let's get our damage over. Hopefully we could get something from Ares here. Let's go for Ares. Yeah, so watch this try. He can't attack during this. He's just stunned forever. Goodbye. Okay, chat, it's massacre time. My build is finally completed. So the AoE chill means that it's easy to get everybody with it. And if you remember, as long as everybody's chilled, they lose, I think, 12% health or something, or 2% health or something. Power slide indeed. Oh, I got poisoned. Unfortunate.
Okay.
Snowburst leveled up. Not my favorite thing to have leveled, but we'll take more AoE. I'm hoping to get Trippy Shot leveled and Drunken Dash, preferably. I don't really care if anything else levels, because we didn't get any good Ares passives. Who knows? If we get the Ares passive where every bonus tick is more damage, that could be fun.
This blasted place again.
Ooh, I missed my projectile. I was wondering what happened there. Me. Yeah, I'm not looking to take advantage of crit damage at all, so Artemis is mostly dead in terms of her all, but I'll still take it for free. Better than nothing. Tech deals more damage. Doom deals multiple damage when applied multiple times. So I think this is better. Like, this is good and all. Like, it'll make us do like 80 damage, but so will this. I think this is just overall better. I'm gonna take this one. Now, if I get the other one, that could be fun. I have enough for a palm. Really don't need another Hermes. We'll take an Artemis maybe next, or a Dionysus. I think I'm gonna mostly stick to god powers and probably finish off with the health. My chat loves the brokenness of it. Yeah, look at that. See, he can't do anything. He's just dead, chat. And I think due to all of our other damage multipliers, adding more base damage, I think, ends up making us do more damage overall, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh! Ooh! For a damage over time build, that does a lot of damage at once. Well, we'll take it, chat. Listen, not gonna complain. You know what's so silly? Is that I could just focus... Ooh, Artemis is 8 leveled. Nice, that's our call. Is that I can completely focus on another enemy on one side of the room, and Artemis's passive will just help kill everybody else. So honestly, we just need some really cheap, easy hits. Like something like that. Great example. Oh, I took some damage from the trap. That's unfortunate. I mean, I can just let the game play itself. I mean, the path is really strong. But if I need to, I could go in multi-strike.
In the name of Hades.
And an okay amount of gold. Hangover, new one, Blackout. Hangover inflicted foes take bonus damage in Festive Fog. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Chat, oh no. That's so much more damage. Oh, well, well, I didn't mean to get the Dionysus combo, but, you know, take that. I'll take a 60% damage increase. You know what? I'll save up for Hermes here. I really wish I didn't re-roll that into a palm. That's so unfortunate. Yeah, we're doing a full clear, chat. The greed is real. I don't need to. We can definitely just win. But we gotta show off how dumb this is. So, the Festive Fog has a really big AoE, as you can see. So now we're buffing potentially Doom damage. I'm not sure if that gets hit, but it'll buff the Artemis arrows, our call. Like 60% more damage on a call is really, really powerful. And that also impacts us using more of our casts as well. It's just very strong overall. Very, very solid, chat. Snow Burst leveled again. Oh, man. It's going to all the wrong ones. That's kind of sucks. Again, if this had been on our lob damage, we would have been at probably about 240 or more. Also, look at that. Convincing damage over time. Are you convinced yet, chat? Look at the damage. So much DPS. Oh, this is the exit. I mean, I'm still at full health. Okay, Artemis. Are you gonna give me the thing where I get free crits? Because that would just make me smile. I'm not gonna lie. If you do that, I'll smile. Just for you, Artemis.
Oh, great, it's you, Zagreus. Here, let me offer you some fine new boons, as well as Lord Dionysus here, who I'm sure would love to talk your ear off just as much as mine.
She's giving us a conversation for her duo. I guess because it was in the shop. We didn't get the dialogue before now.
Yeah, tells me I'm being awful loud and to back off. All sorts of nasty stuff like that. What can you do though, right?
After you do critical damage, it's marked. Hangover foes are more likely to take critical damage. I don't have anything else that crits, though. That's the problem. Like, this is not as impressive as it seems it would be. Just like this isn't useful. Neither of these are useful. I don't have anything that crits.
Disgusting.
Artemis needed to give us the thing that gives natural crit chance. Then it would have been useful. So kind of unfortunate. She was kind of a dead draw. Yeah, let's go to Hermes. And not go wrong with Hermes. Literally just free power.
Thank you, mate.
Not gauge auto refills. Chat. Nod your head. Okay, I can probably get one more palm on the way out, and hopefully we can give that to our trippy shot. Or Curse of Pain. Really care. Either or. Oh, we have another palm here as well. Oh, okay. I guess that still works. Oh Oh my gosh. So if I dash into them and poison them, our damage is just off the charts. Look at that. Man, chat, could you imagine if I had gotten another cast from Chaos? How over this would be? Like, it's already over, but like, how more over it would be, comparatively. Wow. Oh, it keeps leveling Snowburst. No, what a waste of points. One day, chat, we'll get it to level something else. Yeah, that Doom damage did 326. It must get multiplied by other things, chat. So Doom is actually insanely scaled. You see that? Like, it only does 100 normally, I think. Or 140, but it's doing 270 something. We're gonna let the game play itself for a little bit, chat. Bonk.
Okay.
I will take the 200%, although Peer Pressure 2 is interesting. I think the cast damage getting another 60. Just, we need more burst. For sure, chat. We have all these damage multipliers. We just need to bring up the base damage.
Oh, Cerberus.
Oh, look, I could get another palm.
I'll pay for that.
Attacks are stronger, more arrow damage. I don't really care about our normal strike that much, to be honest. I think we'll go for arrow damage up since we have recharging God Gauge. I think that's just the smartest choice we can make. Let's take a crit. And we're basically at full health, but we'll get more health just to insult the enemy, I guess. Ooh, so fun, chat. Sometimes I forget I'm using a shield because I just never melee. I haven't hit the normal attack that often. Sometimes you forget, chat. It's very easy sometimes. Artemis aid level, nice. 208 damage on the arrow, pretty solid. Nice. Ooh, some last minute money there. I don't think we'll get enough to get the final palm. Should be okay. Okay, I deleted him in the corner. That's all that mattered. That's what he gets for poisoning us, chat. Insta-death. We ended with more health than we started. That makes sense.
Oof. You must be hungry, huh?
Hello, Cerberus.
The prince compels the multi-headed hound to let him pass.
So yeah, unfortunately, re-rolling that other one did not work out well for us.
Thank you, boy.
As if we had left it as gold, I think we would have been able to afford that palm. Unfortunate.
Looks like the realm needs some adjustment still.
Let us see if the support you're getting from Olympus amounts to anything of use.
To answer your question, Try, you can get the contractor to generate golden urns. The golden urns drop money. By default, they don't do anything. Let's see if we could delete them, chat. Oh my gosh. Look at his health! Where did it go, chat? SOS! Save him! Help him, minions! He needs it! He's getting wrecked. Oh, I missed the call. That's so unfortunate. If I'd aimed that better, I think he would have died there. Look at that damage, chat. Oh my gosh! Oh, he's getting deleted. It got 50%ed. Sit down. Oh my gosh. Help him, chat. He needs it. He needs it. He's gonna die. Oh my gosh. Oh, poor Hades. I hope that was convincing for you, chat. Did you like how I just walked away? That's how convinced I was. I walked away, chat.
In my father's name.
Chat, GG. So we're on 26 wins. Man, okay, so that blackout combined with the call did an insane amount of damage. I literally missed half of our call and it still did 40% damage. I can't, that damage was off the charts. Even if he had 20% more health via the other heat, I don't think that would have helped him. He still could not get rid of our Death Defiance. Poor guy.
Prince Zagreus proceeded onward toward a certain doom, entirely too graphic to describe.
It's too graphic, chat. So that's the power of the shield. I actually turned off its natural pushback, as I don't like enemies going away from me when I'm striking them. At least not by that amount.
Please, everybody, hold your applause.
Unless I'm with Poseidon, then I like it. Although I will say, I don't think all of Poseidon's effects trigger on the shield. I think some of them do need it to specifically be Poseidon bonuses.
Welcome to the House of Hades, and thanks for dying.
Oh, before we talk to anybody else, I need to trade in the fish.
Some water-dwelling beast for you, good chap.
Terrible rewards.
Thank you.
2 keys for 20 gems? Ew.
Sure, why not? More keys for me. I'll take it.
Ooh, I could just barely afford 4 nectar. I'm gonna go for it.
I'll take that deal.
That should keep us pretty much in charge. I could get rid of diamonds for ambrosia, but I'm at 23 ambrosia. I have nothing to do with the chat. One day it'll have a purpose. Let's start on the left side and work our way through.
Do you miss it yourself, Lord Achilles, sir? The freshness of the air? The need to have meals several times a day and such?
I scarce remember it, my friend. Although your songs do stir up memories sometimes. I'm used to things the way they are, I think. But you, not so much?
Oh, on the contrary, sir. I am profoundly satisfied. We are most fortunate to have employment even after death. Imagine merely resting for eternity when you could work.
This seems really odd given that I freed Orpheus from the contract. I'm not really sure why we didn't complete the side story, but it's fine.
Now that you mention it, I can't.
Hello, Cerberus.
I can. You keep an eye on Father for me, boy. Don't let him sour up everyone's mood.
Cerberus promises to do exactly that, in his own way.
Who's the best three-headed boy? Father, let me ask you something work-related here. I know the shade called Sisyphus once wronged both you and Thanatos, and has since paid a heavy price. But don't the Fury Sisters now have better things to do than torture him?
Oh my gosh, you're advancing more side story, chat? What's happening?
You come to me to
question how I allocate my resources? Preposterous. I care nothing for that wretched shade. That he is tortured for eternity is but a technicality resulting from his arrogance. The terms of his incarceration are long lost.
So then if I could somehow find those terms, then theoretically I could grant him a pardon.
If you could somehow do your job and enact miracles, then yes. You could do anything then, I suppose. Including waste your time on those of his undeserving ilk.
I both like the dialogue of Hades and also the voice actor of Hades. It makes me smile, chat, when I listen to him just sass us.
That's good to know.
Okay, so we technically could do more things in the lounge. I don't have any gems. I don't think I want any of those.
I had envisioned that you would succeed.
How has it been for you of late, Nyx? Having Mother here again for old time's sake?
Though reminiscent of an older time, it is now very different, child. For one thing, you are present now, unlike before.
Oh, right. So are you getting on okay? Is everything all right?
Everything is all right. Your birth mother, Persephone, her presence has been welcome here, I think.
I think so too. She checked the garden. I think I finally know a little more about how you must feel, Dusa. Working for Father, I mean. I was so intent on running away from here, but here I am.
I'm not sure if we need to add more things to the lounge to advance Dusa's plot, so if we really have to, I'll spend some of our gems on more lounge stuff. But for now, let's see if we can actually get it without doing any upgrades.
Look, Prince, your father's always been a pretty scary god. And this is something between you and him. Though, if you can forgive him, I guess it means you'd stay. And I would like that, so that's where I stand. I know it's really complicated, though.
Yeah. Thanks, though.
Whatever you do, don't get on Nyx's bad side. Cause of death, fall damage. Well done. Oh, we could gift Ambrosia. Nice.
Here, Mother. More bottled pleasant memories for you. I know you're glad you've long since left Olympus, but I'm glad you were there because the experience of it must have played no small part in making you who you are.
You know, the last bottle you gave me brought more pleasant memories than I expected. No telling just how many more of them I've tucked away. Say, would it be all right if I share this with your father?
It is yours to do with as you please.
Almost sounded like a no to me.
No, I mean, yes, please share it with Father if he would be willing. I imagine what few pleasant memories he has are all of you.
Nonsense. There's also Cerberus. Present company excluded. Come on, son. Your father has a lot of work to do, but I'm absolutely certain that he has fond memories of you. Though I know that isn't reassuring coming from me.
Everything is somehow reassuring coming from you, Mother.
This garden may not have all the varieties available up on the surface, though it's coming along rather nicely, I should say.
And it smells fresh, too.
Okay, so it seems like we're a little closer to maybe the epilogue. I think we just gotta keep buffing the relationships with Nectar and Ambrosia for the other gods. As long as we keep doing that, I think we're in a good position. So we have enough Nectar to do whatever we want. We did complete a prophecy that I forgot about.
No, this came true.
30 keys.
I think Master Chaos just likes messing with me.
Okay. We have a few different ones we could do. Oh, we never found Poseidon. Maybe we should talk to him, because we already beat Extreme Measures Theseus, and that's just 3 Ambrosia for free. I guess with all these keys, I'll just get more Nectar.
Seems like a good deal. I'll have that Nectar.
I'm liking our 12 Nectar, which again, we might have to upgrade to something else later, before the end of the game. Praise Chaos, says the chat. What are we doing in terms of purple? 244. I'm not sure if I'll max this. I might save up for 750.
That many tries so far?
Let's see, what's the next weapon? Hopefully it's Fist for the chat. It's Spear. Okay. Not bad, not bad.
change
I think Try will probably like this one the most. Look at that AoE on the spin Try. Big AoE, chat. I'd stick to this one. I think we played as all of them. Like, we've seen Aspect as Zagreus technically by itself already.
My aspect of Varatha grows in power.
You alright back there, pal?
Oh, I never actually unlocked that, technically. Special damage, range, speed. I guess, technically, since that's a new spear, I have to play with it. I think those were the rules that we stated. What would be good for the spear? We could do another Ares run. Just apply Doom long distance. That could be fun. Artemis is also a really solid choice if we want to crit, because we'll get guaranteed backstab with the spear no matter what. It's another good god choice. I don't really want to apply Demeter necessarily, but potentially having Poseidon on our normal strikes could be fun. Yeah, I think I want to keep trying to focus the relationships that we have. I think I might take Ares again, because I feel like we haven't used enough Ares. So we'll do Ares again. Into maybe a Poseidon to mix things up, and then we'll do Egg for chat. We still have 6 God power, which should be enough to... Actually, is there anything we didn't unlock? Maybe we did unlock everything. Oh, nice. Yeah, the only thing we're missing, I guess, is if we want to try Excalibur at some point, which does seem really fun and really broken. I want to make sure we have some points later for when we do that run. Pat is already chanting Egg. I don't have to do anything, and we could keep it at this for max heat, so why not? So I want to check what that does again. Range and speed. Okay.
Would that I knew the goddess Nyx myself, my kin. So many of my wars are waged by night. I am most grateful, and I wish her well.
X inflict doom, special inflicts doom, dash with... That could be interesting. I think we'll do another Curse of Pain.
Me or them.
That way we could get some nice double stacking going. Again, this kind of subs as like a ranged weapon, but if things get close, I could just kind of delete them with some AoEs. Oh, I didn't see that enemy there. That was unfortunate. I do notice that they have bonus health, which is a bit unfortunate.
Darkness.
Choices are hammer or gold. Well, we're never going to give up hammer. There's really no reason to give up hammer, ever. Ooh, we got a gold urn, so we got extra cash there. Nice, easy damage compilation. Nice.
It's just the edge.
Special deals 50%, 50% crit on recovery. Has more range, it deals 40% to distant foes. Huh.
That should do it.
Ooh, I like that poke distance, chat. That could be fun. Like that. We'll go with that.
Coming through.
So now if I want to do some AoE damage, it is quite good now. And hammers can make such a big difference with playstyle, chat. Our choices are finally Demeter or Palm. I guess we'll do Demeter. I mean, it's looking like a very similar build. It wasn't intentional to get the same build again. Only the starting relic was intentionally the same. Unfortunately, the spear can kind of stun lock at a distance like that, which I always find useful.
Sisters Hestia and Hera surely would assist as well, young Sprout. except they and our foster brothers haven't been getting along of late. Though as for me, I'll never leave this mountaintop of mine.
Yeah, we'll keep talking to Demeter in general, because we're not sure what is needed to trigger the epilogue, so it doesn't hurt to just stay in contact with her. The worst call in the game. The cast that needs a whole bunch of things to actually be worth using, as I don't think that is good enough to justify, especially since it's not epic. It's pretty bad, but we'll take the chill damage.
The winter's chill.
Voices are purple or shop. There's also a shop here, but it has nothing of interest in here. Unfortunate. So again, we'll take the AoE. Anything that slows enemies down just means we could do lots of unmitigated constant damage to them. Nice.
Felt something.
Next life +5. Our choices are Poseidon, who I did want to talk to. That could be fun with Spear. I could just keep them away from me. Poseidon literally with that much range with keep away could be kind of fun. I think his cast is okay. His dash is amazing. His call is god tier. Always egg though, chat. Always egg. Simple mini boss. We can't get Poseidon, but he should say something because we beat Theseus. He better say something.
Why, little Hades, there's a certain chill about you. Meaning you received an ice-cold blessing courtesy of elder goddess Demeter, correct? Now, personally, I think water's best in liquid form, but who am I to judge?
Apparently, we didn't earn it, even though we most definitely beat Extreme Measures Theseus already. Attack knocks foes away. Acts are stronger in the first 10 seconds. That one's pretty fun. I think we'll do this one, though. Oh, we get to talk to Sisyphus again. That's good for advancing his plot, potentially. I know, ... chat. The game has decided I've not earned it, apparently.
Hello, sir.
Let's talk to Boldy.
So, there's something you like to do for entertainment out here, Boldy? Or just, I don't know, take it all in, I guess? I have to thank you, Sisyphus. Not just for all the help you've given me time after time, but for encouraging me to have a chat with Boldy there. I dare say I feel a little more at peace of late, and maybe it's thanks to him.
He's a good one, all right, isn't he? Though if you've come to such an understanding with old Boldy there, why, it must mean you've done some growing on your own as well, I think.
Choices are healing, we're at full health, darkness, or money. I'm gonna take darkness.
It's all yours.
You never know, there could be something very expensive later on that we're interested in. I mean, some of the rerolls are like 1,000 by themselves, so
Farewell, Highness.
doesn't hurt to save up. I'm gonna hold on to our nectar for now, though. Oh, it's like, who is even still alive? The fact that we could just kind of push them full screen is rather silly. Like, just look at that poor enemy. Wall slammed. Yeah, this god I feel is gonna be the try god, where you just full screen poke them potentially into the wall. Nothing they could do about that. Wall slam does grant stun, which potentially does override their armor, which is kind of nice. Get bonus gem? Sure, why not?
I'll take what's mine.
We're at full health. There's no reason not to do this.
You lad, huh?
Nice.
Fine, help yourself.
I'll take him.
Okay amount of gems. Unfortunately, gems again. I'm actually gonna reroll that. I don't want that.
No thanks.
A key, which gives us the reroll anyway. Could be worse, I guess.
Blood and darkness. Death is inescapable.
Not the best reroll for certain.
Surrounded.
Oh, I stood on the spikes. That was dumb. I got too excited with the melees. Nice and steady paces. I'm really liking the knockback damage. Even though we don't add a lot of percent damage to the melee strike, it is extremely useful. Like in that scenario of clearing out multiple enemies. Ooh. I was trying to dash out of there and it just... I don't know. Just didn't let me dash, chat. So I took a lot of damage there.
Get out.
Right at the very end, which is unfortunate. Could ping Benny to heal, but we're about to get a health up. So I think that's good enough. As long as we have 100-ish health, I think I'm good. I don't know why they're just standing still, but I'll take the free kill. I will sometimes use the spear spin charge, I think when new waves are coming in. Just because it is just an easy way to get free damage. Otherwise, you won't probably see me use it that much, because I don't like it. It roots you in the ground, and standing still in this game is basically death. So Herber's Gate, I can't do anything about. There's an Ares or a duo of Poseidon Demeter. We'll do Poseidon Demeter. I would have been interested in Ares there. It's a shame we didn't get a Poseidon Ares, because I think that would have been the ultimate one, because I would have preferred any of their casts and any of their calls. So I think there's a 0% chance Demeter will give us anything useful. It has to be a passive. That's literally it, because I don't want anything else that she has. I could deal with her a little better than Poseidon, so let's talk to Poseidon and hopefully we get his call. But we'll see what we get.
Greatly decided, nephew.
We did get his dash. I'll take that. It didn't come with Epic, but... Oh, wait, no, we also got his call. Yeah, I'll take it even though it's not Epic. Honestly, his call is so busted. It's so busted, chat.
A careless choice you've made there, Zagreus. As you grow long in years, perhaps you shall learn better judgment as to whom to trust, and whom to never, ever disrespect.
Whatever, Demeter. No one cares about you.
Give me Demeter.
Right, chat? Like, whatever. Oh, that actually tagged me from there. How unfortunate. Jab, 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 jab. Super simple. That's how it should have gone the other time.
The harsh of winter's gone for now, young Zagreus, and so take heart. But also, you take heed.
Wow, she gave us absolutely nothing interesting and all basic rarity. Unfortunate that we got one of her passives, because I think that's another one that can level up. So that detracts from us in the late game. Another Demeter? Really? I'm very disappointed, Chad.
Pleasure doing business.
Your boons become common, then gain rarity every 3 encounters. Oh. Sure, but it only impacts 1 boon. I mean... That one's almost worth using now. I guess I'll take it since it's not base rarity, but I'm not happy either way. I'm not happy.
Always a pleasure, Charon.
We're going in with above average health. Yeah, the reason her cast is okay is that you could do a lot of consistent damage. And her passive, where whenever you get rid of all your casts, you get some damage reduction and also free damage.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting, ladies.
It's fairly common.
I don't understand, but I'm not who you think I am. My father sent you to stop me, that's all.
Oh, I thought she was done attacking. I really gotta learn her patterns. I think she's the boss that visually confuses me the most. Like, when she's doing that, that makes sense to me. But when she's doing that, like, I don't know if she's gonna dash or not. She has, like, little jukes in the animation, which to me is weird.
Not good.
Dang, I didn't dash through it. I'm actually mostly just using her chill damage here to slow the boss down so I can react a little better to what the boss is doing. Actually didn't do too bad against her when all is said and done. Yeah, not bad. I could skip some of her more annoying attacks by just using the call through it. That makes that fight a lot easier.
Always disturbing.
A pretty solid run so far.
Let's hear it, Father. Should I change things up?
We've already done an Ares. I probably should do... I don't know what would be good here. And Athena wouldn't be terrible. Artemis would be fine. I feel like we need to start focusing on Athena at some point. I feel like Ares we've stopped. We can't do anything with. Hermes we don't need anything. Demeter we don't need anything. Dionysus I think we capped. Artemis I don't think we have. I think it's mostly just these two, because we've talked to Zeus a ton. Let me think about what we need. We need a dash. What would be a fun dash? As I said before, I really like Dionysus's dash. But I feel like we've been abusing him a lot. Who also is a good dash? Athena's dash is decent. I can see why people think it's probably the best one in the game because it has deflect on dash. But honestly, that damage over time is just so godlike. Because it does more than just the damage over time. It puts a constant status effect on the enemy. Aphrodite's dash, no. I could try to get Poseidon. I think I'll take Poseidon here again, just to focus on these two, maybe. And then we'll let the game figure out what it wants to give us.
All set.
And then I think from there, we'll take Chaos Egg into the next area. But I want to establish our god powers just a little more first, chat. But just for you, through Elysium, we'll bring the Chaos Egg.
Change of scenery, at least.
Our choices are just a Nectar. I'll take that. Hopefully the Palm of Power applies to something interesting here. Because whenever we get a Nectar, we do get a Palm. Oh. I can't believe he hit me there. I'm disappointed in myself. I see a fishing spot, though. Let's get out of there. It went to... Oh, see, this is what I'm worried about. It seems to really prefer going to Snowburst, which is really bad for us, because we're missing a lot of damage due to picking up Snowburst.
I'll save you from the magma fishes.
Those enemy things are kind of annoying. Which ones are you talking about? The potion chuckers or the rockheads? I think the rockheads are pretty easy. The potion chuckers, as long as you... I think with them, you just have to learn to just not always be in melee. Like, sometimes you do have to just retreat. So it'll punish you if you don't dash after killing them. That's what they teach you, is to just stop meleeing them. Like, you have to get away from them, or you're gonna take damage. 150 purple as a trial? Sure, we'll do that. Yeah, the rockheads are okay. They just make you wait a bit. It's better just to try to walk back under them to try to trigger them again. Nice. That was a fast clear, chat.
Very nice.
144 purple, looking really solid. Our choices are a key or more purple. Well, I don't want keys at all, so we will be going for that. Hope I didn't miss the fish. I was kind of autopiloting. Never retreat full berserk. Yeah, the game does not reward you for that. Well, sometimes it does, but usually not. Yeah, here's an example where I don't really want to move the enemy. So having something that doesn't cause knockback with Poseidon, like our cast, is kind of useful here, as is our special. But now that he's against the wall, I mean, I'm gonna take that free kill, chat. So I think if we do like a normal strike into special, I think that's pretty optimal for damage. Because we don't want to stack multiple spears if it can't proc Doom. So I think that's probably our most efficient damage so far, at least for the build. Versus our Hermes or shop. We don't have a lot of money, only 172. We'll take Hermes. If Hermes gives us multi-dash, sturdy, I'd prefer it, or gold per chamber. That'd be a great one to get this early.
Respite.
See what it grants us.
Once took a skinny little chap down to the underworld, got the business end of a sharp spear, he did. He had it coming though, a lot of lying and cheating and the like. Last that I heard, he's still making his amends down there.
I don't know if that's related to Sisyphus. Must be plot related.
All right.
More dashes, special is faster. Each time you enter a chamber. Listen, chat, we're taking the chamber. As much as the multi-dashes is godlike, the gold is more godlike.
Pick up the pace.
The gold could be anything. It could even be more dashes.
On to the next one.
Given that we're not even halfway through, potentially getting over 1,000 gold could be pretty fun.
Hello, Witch's Circle.
Here's an example where I don't want to push them away with Poseidon. So having an attack that doesn't move them away from the cast, kind of important. What a clean mini boss fight. So clean.
In the name of Hades.
Dash deals damage and knocks them away. Ooh. Chat. Darn right we're taking that. See that, chat? The damage is coming. Okay, our only choices are money. I don't see any fishing spots. So we're gonna end up with a ton of cash in Elysium. So I will try to opt to use the shop as much as we can.
Thanatos?
Thought I'd find you here.
Hi, Thanatos. We haven't seen you in a while.
Figured you'd be up to have another of our little contests. Now let's go.
So we got a pretty complete build. It's mostly Poseidon based. I like that we could push them away from him so he can't get the kill. Oh, he got the kill that time though.
I'll run you through.
Ooh, we won by a landslide. I'll take the gold. No fishing spots.
Hang on to this for me.
Oh, we could talk to him.
About when we last spoke, I care about you, Thanatos, a lot. Though you asked what you are to me, how am I supposed to even answer that?
I don't know. Sometimes I miss not feeling anything. Can't always trust what feelings say. I get to thinking, are we only friends, or... Look, this is embarrassing.
Uh-oh, chat. Potential relationship.
To think discussing feelings would be even harder than annihilating Father's forces. But I've been asking myself the same thing, Than, if it's any reassurance.
Chat's like, our true love is Boldy. Reject love.
Well, if you come up with any answers, I guess let me know. Good running into you.
You too.
Take the max health. We have a choice of going to Eurydice, who is exactly who I want to see, actually. Hopefully we can finish her quest up, as we've already freed Orpheus, but the quest didn't conclude, technically. Also, we're at 190 health, which is completely insane. We really don't need that much health. Not this early.
Hi. You're just in time, Your Royal Majesty. Got something real good cooking right here that you're gonna love. You hungry? Yeah?
Am I ever? You're always so generous. And you're always cooking. And singing. Do you have many guests come by? Your place seems somewhat off the beaten path.
What, you think I get a lot of guests here? No, but I like cooking anyway. It's like singing in a way. Keep getting better the more you try. Turns out a bit different each time.
Random upgrades is kind of tempting. +1's pretty solid, I think, at the moment for us. Let's just get rare. Let's get rarity ups. I think that'll help us more, no matter what it is. Especially if it's our call. If it's our call, that's such a big upgrade for us.
As you wish, Your Royal Majesty.
It upgraded our call. Nice.
Cheers.
Oh, chat, the damage on it is insane. So unfair. Oh, it leveled Frozen Touch. That's unfortunate. So it seems like Orpheus hasn't talked to her yet. Hey, a shop. Perfect.
Bye now.
Smooth sailing.
So let's buy some god powers, and we really don't need to hold on to money since we'll be regenerating basically 200 plus for every dungeon we clear. And Artemis, always useful.
I'll take this one.
Could replace anything we want. Our attack could be crits, which is interesting. Our dash strike could be dash strike damage up, which is okay. Or everything crits. Chat, we need everything crits.
The hunt is on.
Random palm, why not?
Power of Olympus.
Oh my, chat. Oh, that call damage is so high already. So it went from, I think, 250 to 400 damage in 2 upgrades. Yeah, that's not fair. That's actually not fair. Hello, Boatman. Oh, he's nothing new to say to us. Oh, it's interesting he blocks the dash attack. Never noticed that. So I think Bone Hydra is Bone, chat. AKA, I think, Lermy.
I see you regrew your neck. I'm empty.
Some decent damage. So we just killed the Bone Hydra head instantly, one call. Seems fair. I mean, just look at that, chat. I literally just one call equals 1 head every time. Seems fair. So if we could just get a little more consistent status effect, I think we'll be in good hands. So if we could get the cast, for example, to start chilling, that'd be great. Yeah, he stood no chance. Our call is just too powerful. The call alone could basically carry the entire game. Like, it is by far the strongest call. The only one that might compete with it is Athena in very specific builds where you want to keep up the damage over time stacks. Maybe Ares completely maxed.
Through all of Asphodel's defenses.
We did cross through Asphodel's defenses. It was pretty easy.
Takes hold power.
Hey chat, this is for you. The egg has been equipped. I could choose to pay money to restore health. Spoilers, I'm at full health. I could pay money to get treasure. Why not? I don't want to hold on to my gold because I'm guaranteed to end up with over 500, even if I don't come across another gold chamber, which, as you saw before, was enough to almost buy out everything. And then you have to keep in mind every Satyr chamber is going to be 16 gold, so we don't need to hold on to gold for anything. No matter how minor the upgrade, we should get it. That is the power of the golden hustle. Hammer choice. Ooh, we're going to take that over palm any day. Yeah, I think Demeter's kind of interesting in that her passive potentially lets you get chill no matter what your build is, which is useful if you're going for the double status ailments. Like right now, we don't have a really good set of double status ailments unless we could get Poseidon again. And then every time we knock them backwards, we cause Rupture, for example. That would be really big for us. Also, that damage is insane. But keep in mind, anytime they hit us, they just get full chilled, which is useful versus bosses. Okay, hammer upgrade. What do we have? Hold special for up to 200% minimum range reduced. That really does not work very well with what we're doing. In fact, Chain Skewer is exactly what I was looking for Doom. But because we haven't seen this before, I will take this. Even though it will make me sad, we will take this fated choice. But I will say, Chain Skewer is literally what I was going for. So unfortunate. Because keep in mind, it means that we could get up to like 7 extra enemies with Doom. So I think Spear ends up going pretty well with the Zeus and Ares for that reason.
There we go.
Ooh, that range is garbage now. That's actually terrible. Our choices are health or Poseidon. Yeah, if we could get some damage over time, that's fine. We'll consider this a nerf to our build, chat. We were too good. Ooh. Man, that is just so bad. I think if we're lucky, we'll get the hammer and we can re-roll this later. We'll see. There we go. Yeah, the 200% base damage is nothing because we don't have any damage multipliers. In fact, we might need to get rid of Ares here. We'll see.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Yeah, we need some more damage over time. I'll take that. I think I heard Chaos. There's Chaos. Versus our Hermes, Chaos, or Trial. Let's Trial to heal. Why not? We might get some money out of this. Basically full health.
Nice.
Didn't get anything else with it though. Bit of a shame. Let's go visit Chaos. This is for you, chat.
Let's go meet Master Chaos.
Let's see if we can fix our absolutely terrible choice of a hammer with a great passive, hopefully.
Trust the small round catalyst which I provided you has been of value some Hades. Needed, I hope it makes your journeys to this space less difficult. Perhaps inducing them on a more frequent interval.
See, he commented about us having a trinket at max level. Whatever. Cannot collect cast for 13 seconds. Afterwards, you get more gold. Your life total is reduced by 38. Afterwards, your cast does more damage. Let's do the cast does more damage.
Chaotic strength.
Versus our Ares or Demeter. I think we're gonna do Ares here.
No, it's the butterfly chamber.
Wow, that mini boss got deleted.
Oh wow, look at the pretty butterfly.
Pretty butterfly indeed. Wait, was that the mini boss fight? Wow. That was one of our most convincing butterfly fights we have ever seen. Didn't get hit, super fast. Jeez.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Doom does more damage, but it takes more time. I think we need this one. Both of these are good, as I said before. But the longer it takes to activate, the more we get the double status. So I think this is more useful for us. I'm using it more for the status effect than the raw damage. Oh, there's a golder in there. So we're at a fantastic 450 gold, which is completely insane. Let's increase our max health by going to purple.
Long spears.
Demeter is an interesting choice in the future for sure, though. Hopefully we get her in the final area to level up the cast. But I feel like to make Ares more useful, we need to 100% do it. I can live without our call, or not our call, our cast doing freeze, because we have other means of chill on this build. Like if we get hit, or just using the cast in general helps. Oh, I missed him. Unfortunate. There we go.
Dark first.
Versus our shop or gems. Let's go use the shop. So at worst, we'll end this area with 200 gold. We've got even more gold. And we get another Demeter. Perfect. Ooh, before we do that though, chat, there's an optional fight for borrowing money. You and I know what we need to do, chat. We know what we need to do for borrowing.
Hey, Charon, want to fight?
Come here, Charon. I'm ready. I don't have range for you, which is a bit sad. But we're taking that 300 gold, chat. The greed is real. Bonus boss fight.
Testing me here, right, Charon? I mean, when you place a huge sum of coin conspicuously within my reach, what do you expect me to do?
We're gonna get so much money from this. Keep in mind, chat, if we do beat him, we get discounts for the rest of the game. So that means we'll have a discount in the superstore, meaning we could probably purchase everything now, guaranteed. Are we gonna have the infamous full shop clear?
Sounds good, mate. When I rob you from now on, it's just my way of saying, Charon, I would like to battle you to the death right now for a quick change of pace.
Exactly, Zagreus. That's what I was thinking.
Let's settle this like gentlemen, Charon.
I like that his theme is just a mix of the standard music we've been hearing. Oh, he got me with that. Ooh, he did a decent amount of damage to us right at the end, but we didn't die. So that's all that matters. 20% off, chat. So now the 1,000 costing item only costs 800. Sweet.
Appreciate your generosity.
We'll get a little health back from leaving that. Oh, wait, that instantly ends it? Oh, I thought you could use the shop afterwards. Oh, no. Oh, we missed out on duo gods, too. That actually sucks. I would not have done that. I would have purchased stuff from Demeter. I totally forgot that's what happened. Because last time we did that, we ended up going, we ended up purchasing everything beforehand, so I didn't think about that. Yeah, I forgot that that did that. My bad, chat. I should have purchased the other ones. That was a misplay on my part. We're definitely going to have enough money now, because I have 900 gold and nothing better to spend it on. Oh well. You learn from your mistakes, I guess. Hopefully. We have so much raw health. I'm hoping for a shop because we have just all that gold and nothing to spend it on. Speaking of which, there's 2 shopping areas. We could go to the mini shop which we can lose health to get more money, which seems terrible. We can pay to get purple, why not? Let's use the regular shop. I don't need healing. Or I don't need max health, I should say. Another Poseidon, why not?
What a deal.
Well, my plan to get a hold of you via the boatman worked out flawlessly. Harness the might of the sea then, why don't you?
Get random assortment treasure. Slamming foes into barriers does damage. All pulls in foes and the effect lasts longer. Really like any of these. I might just get the random treasure, honestly.
It's high tide.
Another nectar, nice. And it went to Snowburst. Of course it did. I hate Snowburst for that, chat, so much. Well, anyway, we could afford basically everything. So on the plus side, we can re-roll any gold ups. No matter what, it's good to just get rid of it.
See you, Charon.
Super, super unfortunate, chat. We missed out on some power.
He would pit you against me, Asterius. I can see it in his mismatched eyes. I cannot shake the terrible vision that someday or night it shall be me standing alone here whilst you take sides against me with that fiend.
Asterius, about that, please consider it a standing offer if you like. I'd rather have you as a friend than as a foe. Not sure that I can say the same for Theseus, of course.
You poisonous worm! I knew you had a more sinister trick at play, because your fighting style certainly is of no concern just on its own. Are there truly no depths to which you would not stoop?
No, Theseus. I'd do anything to troll you. Unfortunately, I don't have multi-dash here, so dodging him is actually kind of annoying at the moment. Man, that reduced range on special, really feeling it right now, chat. 'Cause that would be an easy hit on Theseus for sure. I think we got this. But yeah, ooh, I hate losing range. Man, I really hope we get that hammer reroll. I'll be so happy. But if it rerolls our normal strike, I'm gonna be extremely sad.
We got them, my good Shade.
We did get it, #1 fan. Anyway, we have enough money to do whatever we want, so I'm not concerned about our health total.
Go tend to the satyr problem for a change.
I think we need... Broken Spear Point leveled could be interesting, but I think I'm just gonna go for the old classic random upgrades. Honestly, we're coming in with almost 1,000 gold. Actually, we will be coming in with 1,000 gold. Brutal, chat. So I could just buy whatever the super item is here if I really want to, which I might do. I'll think about it. As I said, we still are getting gold every room we enter, which is completely silly. I'm back up to 1,000 again. Thanks to the gold urns, we ended up with another, I think, 50. We're gonna get another 16 entering this chamber. But I think the smart thing to do would be to buy upgrades. It's only 960 for this one. Wow, it's kind of crazy. So we're gonna hold off on all the palms. We're gonna get the Ares first, I think.
Here's the fee.
You take damage, inflict doom. Death Defiance is more. Interesting. That one could be better for us over the Poseidon Tidal Dash. I don't need that many things that cause pushback. Maybe this would be a better choice. Think about it. I was preferring to get another Doom-based one, but we didn't get it. I guess I'll do this.
Poseidon won't mind.
We'll get Hermes.
I can use this.
Attack is faster. God Gauge fills automatically. I'm gonna get Auto God Gauge.
That's the stuff.
Now we just gotta save up money for the 960 Titan Bullet, I guess. And I can reroll one of these. I think Palm is the least useful. Because gold I could use to get one of the final upgrades. So let's reroll this one.
Hear me on my authority.
And Artemis, very interesting choice. Let's go ahead and get Demeter, because Demeter might be able to improve her cast, which will make clearing everything else easier. Since I already have Poseidon on normal attack, I don't need him on our other things. And this is, again, free damage. Really no reason not to take it. So get ready for that gold count to go insane, chat. Just remember, every room is 16 gold. Oh, I ran into the trap there. Display. You can see our build is lacking a little bit of damage because I don't have Roll Burst thanks to the Call of Demeter. Unless this gets really improved, it's gonna be a little rough. Like, when they're in the corner, it's fine. Oh, leveled Frozen Touch. Yeah, I feel like Demeter's passives are absorbing all of the +1s. So maybe when playing with Demeter, it's just better not to take it. I guess that's what I'm learning. Yeah, like right there, I couldn't burst him to get out of his super armor. I think that's a really big downside of Demeter. If you don't get the Frost on use, it is really bad. I think it's actually worse than the standard cast, to be honest with you. It can be better in some ways for the consistent damage, but in a lot of other ways, it's just better to just have it stick into the target for bonus damage. See, like, I'm getting all this damage just because I can't break his armor. It sucks. Nothing I can do about it, though.
Must be the last of them.
We're gonna make sure we kill him. There we go. Let's do what we can, chat.
Lady Demeter.
Come on, something that improves your cast. No. No, none of these. What? Oh, come on. Man, terrible bonuses. Well, I might as well just do more damage. Disappointing, chat. You never... I feel like this Arctic Blast is an absolute trap. You never, ever, ever want to get rid of Chill. Ever. It is such a bad idea. Don't fall for the trap, chat. This is garbage. Don't do this. The enemy moving at like 40% speed is much greater than 1.5 normal strikes of damage. Just never, ever give it up. And keep in mind, too, her abilities don't work unless everything's frozen anyway. So it's very easy to, if you don't have constant frost application, to overdo it and then be stuck.
Should stock up for the road ahead.
It's not good. We'll buy the cheap power up here. Cast damage up. Yeah, we kind of need that. Let's fish. Yeah, very bad choices, unfortunately. I could buy that health. I'm thinking about it. I think I will get it, actually.
I got a stone wall.
A stone wall? That's new. Okay, I think I can purchase that. So I'm at 245 health, and I'll get 960 by the end if I don't purchase anything else. Let's go for maybe another Poseidon. I think it's always good to get the god powers out of the way. I took damage because we didn't kill it fast enough. What a shame. Rest in peace. I need healing. Is this healing? No, none of it is healing. That's unfortunate. If this ends up being the exit, we might honestly take it. This This build is not good anymore thanks to the hammer. I can't snipe people, so I'm kind of forced to get into melee range. And I have no burst and no stun, which is not a good combination if you're going into melee. Like, I can push them away. Like, this is where the build works. But definitely brutal. Crystal beam leveled. Okay, 1 extra damage. We'll take that. Are we doing cash-wise? Almost halfway there. Is it far in to be able to fish? I don't remember when you get it, but Poseidon will give you it eventually. I don't think you have to beat the game for it or anything. Took a lot of damage there.
In the name of Hades.
Slam does more damage. Initial damage bonus is strong in the beginning. I think we need this more than slam damage, honestly. I think this is gonna help us actually clear. Yeah, we're super low on health. I think we'll end up using a Death Defiance. I think that's just kind of the downside with Spear. It's really easy to take damage at the final portion. If I die here, I don't really care. We'll take this one. I'll just have to play ultra safe against Hades. So we're almost there, being able to afford another Titan Blood. Yeah, that initial damage up does help with that first clear. Pressure points leveled. Greater crit chance, not bad. Our critting call might be how we beat Hades, so we might be okay from that standpoint. We do have a regenerating God gauge. So for example, I negated some of the damage we would have taken there. So Hermes is definitely coming in clutch. We have no bonus dash, so we're gonna have a lot of trouble dodging Hades if we're going into melee range. If this ends up being the exit, this would be amazing for us, because then I would get the full heal. It was not the exit. Oh, poisoned me at the worst time, like when the lasers are coming out. See, like I can't even do like normal into special anymore. It's so bad. Let's just kill it with our special.
Thank you,
Okay, we haven't died somehow.
Once you make it to Olympus, we'll go hunting sometime, you and I. You know? I
Okay.
like being on my own and all, but it's been nice talking to you like this.
I am going to pray for the full health on the next one we do, or we're gonna die and lose the mark here. Whenever you hit with an attack or special. Yeah, I mean, this is just free damage. I mean, more crit is not bad. But let's just get more DPS out there.
Let's just go down this Sata hole.
So we almost have enough for the final purchasing of Titan Blood. You know what? We'll take the gold. There we go. Yeah, the arrows are decent. But unfortunately, like, see, we're not getting Curse of Pain leveled or any of our other ones. I think that is the downside to getting too many passives. But I think it is a strategy just to ignore God powers if you don't need them. Like, once you got the duo, just don't care anymore. Hopefully this will be healing. Extra healing chance, extra rules. We should still be at 980 because we're getting the gold at the end no matter what. So that we shouldn't be in a situation where I can't afford it. Ooh. Close call and no help from them, unfortunate. Again, I'm really hoping this is the exit chamber. Oh, we got so lucky. We got really lucky, chat.
A sack fit for a huge three-headed hound.
That health restore is so crucial for us.
One Sega sack for one good boy.
The Titan Blood.
Should come in useful.
Is it worth getting the final one? If it's a health up, I should take it. Yeah, we should take it. We can also get some small upgrades to our powers. A little extra gold here and there. But something should level up. That might help us. So we're going in at not an amazing amount of health, but I think that's just normal, I think, with Spear. It's very rare we end up with a lot of health on Spear. Poseidon's aid leveled. Nice. That's going to be what we're going to do to defeat Hades, hopefully. So we got half of our health back, which is not terrible. Now, see, if Artemis was every time a cast hit, you got another arrow, then Demeter would be broken. But unfortunately, it's only the first time you use it. So she will not proc it that often, I think. Nice. Oh, I didn't dash through it. How did I get poisoned while doing my super? Wait, where's the cure point? Oh, that sucked. Well, I just lost a ton of health because I didn't know where that was due to the screen effect. That sucks. Well, so much for having that health, chat. Not worth it. Not worth it. Even if I die and come back, that's not good enough. We just got net loss of health.
Going back.
So unless this is an amazing palm upgrade, not worth.
Don't spend it all in one place, mate.
Improves our call. I think we need this.
Stronger still.
That might have saved us. That might be okay. We're gonna have to play really, really passively and just go up the Hermes 1% regen, I think.
After deliberating briefly, Cerberus concludes that yes, he shall accept the sack.
We don't have an easy way of applying chill. We don't have any damage reduction.
I owe you one, boy.
We don't have any great damage over time, other than our Ares special, but we can't use it anymore. So it might as well as not exist. I'm just gonna pretend the button doesn't work. So,
Time to go.
I'm expecting to use at least 2 Death Defiance, if not 3, chat, to be honest with you. I don't think this will go super well due to the restrictions.
You're never late, father.
Ooh, a fishing spot, nice.
Be still. These waters, teeming with Poseidon's river denizens. That one there before me, it's been taunting me, I think, for quite some time.
Oh,
Are you
Hades.
offering to take me fishing, father? Sounds more pleasant than having you slaughter me again, or the other way around.
You mistook my meaning. First you shall have my spear, then that thing shall, if it has not yet come to its senses. Though if you vanquish me, I'm certain your uncle shall not mind if you extract it yourself.
Ooh, maybe that's needed for the Poseidon thing? We needed a rare fish. Maybe that's what we needed. Oh, we're gonna try to play it safe. Okay, he fortunately teleported away, which is good for us, because I don't want the damage over time stuff. Ooh, playing it safe.
Upon my name, I order all you wretches of the underworld to attend me now. Darkness.
Thank you, Poseidon. Thanks for carrying. Look at that damage, chat. Thank Poseidon for the carry. I thanked him. Alright, that sped up the nasty part of this phase significantly. So I'm feeling a lot better now. Thank you, Poseidon. That last minute upgrade was definitely worth it. Alright, we're just gonna play keep away from them for a little bit. Oh, I didn't dash. That sucked. I thought I did. Ooh, I took a lot of damage there. Huh? Why is he not... Why didn't he die? What? I thought he was dead. Oh, I thought he was dead. Whatever. Whatever, chat. I literally thought he died because I clipped him. That's stupid.
Try that again.
Oh well, at least we'll get the super Poseidon soon. Speaking of which. Thank you, Poseidon. You better be immortal. You're not living that otherwise. Get out of here, Hades. Okay.
Tell no one at the house. Do you hear me?
Thank you, Poseidon, because that did way more damage than I expected. Therefore, I didn't have to dodge as much. If he had hit me one more time, he did 80 damage on his power swing, so I was one hit away from being killed again. That was almost 2 Death Defiance. But I'll take it, chat. I'll take it. We had some pretty bad, I would say, god power luck. And also I made the big mistake of not taking that duo power over the Charon. But on the flip side, we did get another Titan Blood, so I guess it is what it is. Win streak 27, chat. We welcome Bro Poseidon. Exactly, chat.
Looks like a good spot.
It's gotta not botch it.
I got one.
Trout.
Another trout.
Doesn't seem very rare, but I guess we'll see.
It's gonna unlock a hidden aspect of my weapons.
Nice.
One might suppose the prince's tale most likely ends akin to other tales of the heroes of our time. Like so.
Okay. I think I have it in me, chat, for one more Hades run. And then we are definitely concluding.
Thank you, thank you.
Nice amount of purple, okay amount of gems. Hello, Thanatos.
Hypnos, this list has a bunch of tasks from I don't know how long ago. I mean, I took several of these last year, and you've already submitted this week's registrations. Why isn't that marked complete?
Don't you know it? I was just about to get to that. Then you showed up and I got so distracted it just kind of slipped my mind. It happens, right?
You need to focus, brother, or it'll be Lord Hades reprimanding you again. And that is not something you want.
Oh, I don't know about that. Last time I talked to Master, he made pretty clear he never wanted to speak to me again.
Oh, Hypnos.
Oof, sorry, Hypnos.
And talk to Achilles.
I was looking all over for you.
Oh, we could gift Ambrosia. Nice.
I thought about it more, Mother, and I would like very much if you and Father were to share this. Though, maybe don't let on where you got it, just in case.
This is splendid, Zagreus, but please, if there's one thing I've learned since we met, it's that the trust we share is at the very foundation of our relationships. Why shouldn't he know who this is from? Besides, I think he could figure it out.
Well, when it came to the Olympians, you said yourself that there was only so much truth that they could tolerate. Are you sure Father would be tolerant knowing I got this for the both of you?
I know they're talking about Ambrosia and bonding, but I'm more distracted by the differently shaped exclamation mark on the right-hand side of the screen where Orpheus is there. Are we finally going to conclude a side story, chat? Is it going to happen?
I'm sure enough. And if he isn't, I suppose it's more for me.
Well, just as long as someone puts it to good use.
You know I always wanted to be a mother, Zagreus. But after you were born, I was certain I had lost my chance. Then one fine morning you just walked into my life. And here we are. I still cannot entirely believe it. What I mean is, I love you, son. I'm doing my best.
Your trinket is very good. Thanks, Persephone.
I know. I love you too, Mother.
We can talk to her yet again. So we forge the bond and we get another dialogue. Ooh.
Mother, you'll forgive my asking, but your mother used to call you by a different name, didn't she?
Ugh, don't remind me. Imagine if I called you Zaggy Poo from when you were born to this very moment. That's how that name felt to me. I much preferred the name my father gave to me.
Your mortal father, right? So he called you Persephone. What was he like?
He was kind to me, and funny. Little bringer of destruction I was to him. I liked that. He was right, I was a terror. But then he passed. I was very little still. My mother never spoke of him again.
So this seems very promising for the epilogue. We've maxed the bond with her. She's talking about her mother again. I don't know if we can bring up her husband. Or no, her father, I'm sorry. Not sure if we can bring up the father as Demeter. Maybe we'll get more from Demeter going forward.
Demeter mentioned him a bit to me. She seems... I don't know, but I don't sense that she regrets the relationship or anything. Just sad about the outcome, I think.
I suppose I can see that. I thought I might end up like father. Growing old, wasting away. Then the time flew by, and I realized I was closer to mother's side. Mortals certainly don't have it easy. But their limited days, it means they live their lives to the fullest, I think.
At least we've some of that in us. Hey, good to see you back here, boy. I'm glad you're back on guard duty. Even if it means having to find a way past you. You know you're just doing your job.
The fear-inducing hellhound eyes the underworld prince uneasily. His 6 ferocious eyes, each glistening within the dim light of the house.
See you, boy. If I don't pet your other heads, don't bite my arm off. Deal? Father, you always said the Olympians wanted nothing to do with our kind. But doesn't Charon work directly with Hermes? Maybe it's you who wants nothing to do with them.
I want nothing to do with them, correct? My hasty nephew assists Charon out of necessity alone. Not even Thanatos is able to keep up with the rate at which mortals expire and must then cross our borders.
Want me to pitch in? Just give me your blessing and I'll head straight for the surface.
No, I think not, boy. You are born of this realm. The surface is a windswept waste. You don't know how good you have it here.
Is this a conversation about us never having reached the surface before? Chad, are we in that much of a backlog with Hades? He's like, yes, the surface that you've been to 27 times, I think. Okay, Hades. They're having a bit of amnesia chat.
You're right, I don't.
My friend.
I might purchase some things in the lounge. But cheap really cheap things, like this, for example.
Contractor, work approved. Let's lighten things up a little around here.
What are we supposed to do with that?
I'll get one more upgrade in case this is needed for Dusa.
Well, I don't see why not. One more embellishment for the old house.
Oh yeah, I'll hold on to the other gems for now. Guess we have a good sale. We have 2 pointy exclamation marks. Ooh. Are we gonna get Sisyphus out of the way with Nyx? That would be great.
Zagreus, the most amazing circumstances have occurred. The terms of my employment, they've been altered such that I may visit Asphodel sometimes. May visit her.
Chad, I love he's catching up. He's about 2-ish runs behind, maybe 3.
That's great. Orpheus, what are you waiting for, mate? Go and find your muse out there. You two have lots to catch up on, I think.
I think you're right. I'm so very anxious, I must say. But I must also thank you for this opportunity and for speaking with me all this time. So, how might I repay you?
20 Titan blood right now. Right, chat? The only reward I want.
Why is it always talk of payment around here? You're my mate, and your songs have lifted many spirits here, including mine. Now go, and make the most of this, will you?
Shaking my head, chat. I wanted that 20 Titan blood.
Thank you. I shall.
Ooh, prophecy fulfilled. He poofs away. Pack broken. Singer's gamble. So looking really good, chat.
Excellent work.
Hello, Nyx.
Nyx, I was just busy doing some administrative chamber record keeping recently, and wouldn't you know it, it somehow slipped my mind where I could find the sentencing parchment work for the knave king Sisyphus, forced to toil out in Tartarus. I ran it by Megara.
He has offered you aid repeatedly. At first I saw it for a brazen act of bribery, but try as I might, there was no deeper underpinning to his actions that I could detect. That is to say, the records you seek may be found in section Sigma Phi Alpha, lower gamma folder.
Sigma Phi Alpha lower gamma folder. Got it.
I'd like to point out, chat, we almost cleared Sisyphus' side story before Orpheus's. Even though we started Orpheus's so much sooner, by like 9 runs. We were off by maybe 2 runs. Crazy.
Administrative chamber there.
Crazy how long that took to complete. Telling you Achilles the strongest there ever was, causes death trap objects. They're probably impaled by the spear. See chat laughing.
Should check that stack of contracts back there.
There we go, chat.
Amongst the parchment records of the dead and punished are the sealed documents known as the Knave King's sentence, forcing said king to endlessly toil with a boulder till the end of time.
I'll just patch this through to the house contractor then.
I mean, it is true though. Like, it took them forever, like, to get the contract. Think about it, chat. We had like 6 or 7 dead runs where, like, literally they would not advance with the contract talk. Like, we had Sisyphus contract talk at the same time as them.
Be well.
Oh, why are you here, Achilles?
I've had the opportunity to use your aspect of Baratha, sir. So you once wielded it yourself. It fills me with a hunger for battle even more so than usual. A bit of your fighting spirit, perhaps.
Okay, so it's good that we managed to, I think, use almost every weapon at this point. So that's nice.
Be very wary of that spirit, lad. It was what brought me here before my time. Although that spear indeed once served me well. A parting gift from my old master Chiron. He cautioned me as I'm cautioning you. Though may you be a better listener.
I can't imagine you weren't always a good listener, Achilles.
Your claim?
The Sisyphus contract. I can buy it out.
Okay, it costs 4 diamonds. We have 9, so we could go ahead and do that.
In the name of Hades, I hereby release Sisyphus from the terms of his pact.
You what? All this just for that wretched shade?
But we still have a few diamonds left over in case we do need to use them for something else. And we also haven't handed in the fish. So let's see what we get.
Here, you can have these, chef.
A diamond and 150 gems.
Wisely, my friend.
Alright. Nice. Any good trade-ins? 300 purple for 50 gem? Ew. Chat, ew. Don't want that. So we could do diamonds for nectar. 10 nectar is a diamond. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not in a rush. We got 14 nectar. I might just hold on to it for now. Oh, I forgot to check the garden. We have to go to the prophecy fulfilled very soon. We probably get a decent amount of items, because we just completed a whole bunch of things in that run. That's good for us. Finally, chat.
That definitely came to pass.
2 ambrosia.
Hope Orpheus and Eurydice can be happy again.
We have a ludicrous amount of ambrosia. We have technically pardoned Sisyphus, but we just need to find him again, I think. And we still haven't renovated the lounge enough. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 2, maybe 1 more purchase. We've been buying so many things for the lounge. I'm really surprised this hasn't triggered. We'll do one of the delicacies, maybe.
Let's do it. It can't be eaten, as I understand, but it can be displayed for all to see.
I see you're cultivating quite the mess.
Again, I'm trying to keep it cheap. I don't think you can stack the rugs, if you're wondering why I'm skipping those, chat. I'm gonna hope that this kitchenette is the last thing we need to purchase.
Paid in full up front. Let's see what we get.
Because I think we purchased rugs already. In fact, I'll buy one just to make sure.
Let's go with this. This stately rug should match the lounge decor.
Oh, it's a different kind of rug.
Done to my floor surfaces.
Oh, I'm glad we did that then. So, I'm assuming we got it at this point. I'm just assuming. I think our lounge looks absolutely hideous. I don't like the disco ball thing. The carpet stands out in a really terrible way with everything else. Do not want, chat. But hopefully that'll trigger the renovating the lounge, because we have spent so many gems on that at this point.
I'm back, room.
Oh, I forgot to play the harp. Bad at it.
Can't sleep. Yuck.
I wonder if you just have to kind of turbo it. Maybe we'll do that to end one of the streams. I'll just leave it constantly hitting the button.
Hey. Our relationship, boyo, requires no exchange of words.
Oh, it gave me bow again, really? I mean, chat. Okay.
Chiron. All right.
Man, bow is so good, chat. I love you, bow. Let's see, what should we do to end the bow run? Did a lot of Ares today. Should probably see some Athena at some point, but I don't want to start Athena. Poseidon, I feel like we probably... I mean, he's okay with bow. Zeus, as long as we don't get it on a normal, is kind of fun. What would I like to see first? Honestly, chat, I really don't know what to start with bow anymore. I mean, I feel like as long as we don't get Zeused, I think we're good. Like, Poseidon with knockback is not bad. Athena is okay. I'll just give in to the egg. That'll be for chat. Oof. Can I get away without damage control? I can. Nice. Sure, we'll try Super Theseus one more time.
That ought to liven things up.
Godlike skills with the bow. We'll see.
For their mistakes in life, the wretched shades of Tartarus are bound to me in death. However hatefully, they answer to me, quite unlike you.
Yeah, this bow behaves very differently than the default bow since it focuses attack. You might like this bow.
That right.
Once you unlock it a bit more, try.
Lady Demeter.
Demeter. Interesting. But what... Not really sure what to expect. Just not your dash or your call.
The heat has risen quite considerably there. Is that not so?
This is my story.
And if my foster brothers tampered with the temperature, I'll have to cool things off.
Okay, Final Fantasy X. Well, I think that answered what I should take here. I mean... Yeah. Well, I must the easy urn. I think I'd prefer like a Zeus. Because the special attack doesn't do a lot of damage when getting multiplied, but anything that does stack-based things, like, actually, maybe I should have done Demeter, actually, on that, now that I think about it. That's okay. I'll live with my mistake, I guess. Do I really need max health? But I don't really want gold, either. I'll take the health, I guess. Yeah, like, it's very easy to rack up stacks, for sure. But I think I'm gonna hold out for a Zeus there. That damage is so high.
That'll keep me going for a bit.
It's kind of funny because you can use bow like a shotgun. So honestly, if you use the special attack point blank, it's actually pretty good. Even without anything. Like, you potentially do like 90 damage, which is very high. Even higher than the charge shot if you do it that way. But I don't have to be point blank anymore while I have the homing shot. There's Chaos. Our choice is Chaos, a Palm. Just looking for any fishing points. There are none. Let's go see Chaos.
Alright.
So again, we're letting the game kind of decide our build. It's kind of scary.
You esteem an offering to the Olympians, For a fleeting instant, it appears as though they're able to hear your prayer. Or so I have observed. How interesting that your thoughts are capable of breaking free, yet you cannot.
Exactly, Chad. We went for the egg. Deal almost 4 times damage from traps, but get 71 health. For next 3 encounters, your life total is minus 29, but get another cast. Afterwards, your attack is increased by 45. Ooh. I won't be using my attack for my main source of damage, or else this would have been really godlike, because that penalty of not using the cast is honestly nothing. But getting an extra cast here opens up our builds. I'm not interested in health. We're playing bow. Let's, in fact, reduce our health. Choices are purple or gems. We'll take purple. So an extra cast means I could potentially get more burst damage. As long as we don't have Demeters, we should be fine. Very clean movement, easy kills. Another Demeter or a hammer. That's kind of a shame that it's Demeter. Oh well. We'll take the hammer. See if we get something interesting, chat. Well, I made a mistake there in my movement. I'm glad I didn't get punished. Speaking of got punished, I don't like the hands hitbox. I swear it grabs you when it shouldn't grab you. And I don't feel like that makes a lot of sense. Cosmic Egg has hit max level, chat. That's for you. Twin shot. Your attack fires 2x2 but has reduced range. Ooh. I don't like melee. Well, chat, I gotta bite the bullet. Oof. Painful.
Done and done.
So painful. That's gonna... Oh, we got a Zeus, though. Oh, I'm actually excited for Zeus. If he gives us special, if he gives me anything else, he is trolling. Please do not troll me, Zeus. We have everything we need to win. Just... I can no longer mark things easily, which sucks. Oh, this is very bad for this bow. But we'll do it, chat. This is for you. I'll suffer with that horrible, horrible range.
You're nothing.
Ooh, okay, we got our health back.
Master Chaos has evolved.
We got an extra cast, which would be good if we can get a Dionysus, then we don't even need to use our normal attack. But we can have chill if we need it, which is good. Okay, come on, give me your special. Don't give me a normal special. Give me like a rare. I'm not even asking for epic, just rare. Give it to me. Don't be mean, Zeus.
So you are summoned to Hades by that Nyx, the night goddess. Is that correct, nephew? Well, I suppose she's closest to a queen as your lord fathers like to find down there. I tried to match him up with some more wholesome types, but no. And here we are.
Oh, Zeus. We didn't get what I was looking for, but he's got a decent cast. I think this is fine. His dash is... I think his is another safe choice. He's probably like my 3rd or 4th favorite dash. It's not crazy, but if you could get jolted, it's very good. I just don't think it's as good as some of the other 1-point wonders, where literally if that's all you get from them, I think the others are better. I think we'll go for his cast, though. It's pretty solid. Mixes it up a little. We'll show you how powerful Chain Lightning is. Our choices are a Shop or Demeter again. Kind of unfortunate. I really don't want anything she has to offer, and I don't get any benefit from going to the shop. So I might as well do this. Maybe I'll get passive.
You lads again, huh?
Nice and easy mini boss clear.
Olympus, I accept this message.
I don't like any of these, chat. Dash, my least favorite in the game. Her call, the worst one in the game. Worst, not even close, is terrible. Garbage. I can't even think of a way to make it good. It is just so bad. It is just like so horrendously terrible. It is an insult that is an ability. That is like barely good enough to be her dash. The fact that it's a call is just atrocious. So the key thing with why using the cast is also extremely important is that later on, if you can manage to keep a cast in them, you increase all your damage by 20%, which really helps with the overall damage of the build. Oh, like barely didn't kill him. That's a shame. Yeah, we're doing really good. Well, we got an upgrade to the cast, nice. So the fact that we're probably gonna not have it on us most of the time means at least we could get our passives. Choices are gems, which I really don't care about at all, as we get passive gems just for winning now. Or getting purple, we'll go for the purple. See a fishing spot. Hopefully I'll remember that it's there. As you can see, our cast is so strong that it one-shots these things. So potentially an entire wave can be cleared, like that. That's why I think the cast is really good.
Look who.
In fact, I could get a lot of burst damage by just charging the arrow anytime a new wave appears. I can't reach him. That is so sad. Nice multi-hit. Well positioned, rewarded. Let's get it.
All right, let's catch some fish.
Oh, I just realized, is that dinging sound whenever there's a fish? I never really paid attention before. Huh. Because I remember the Chaos Gate makes a sound. Well, I guess that makes sense. So I guess I should try to pay attention to that going forward. Choices are health or palm. I really don't want any of these choices, to be honest with you. If we had to pick one, I guess I'll go for health. I don't think it's worth a reroll this early. Can't even reach him. That's so sad. But I think we're going to take advantage of our extra casts to get all those ricochet kills on the skulls. Oops. Dashed too far. Oh, that one wasn't armored. I mean, I guess that's the benefit of the charge shot. It does do a lot of damage if I'm at point blank. It's not completely horrible. I guess it might even add 2 stacks to Frost. I dashed into that again like a big dummy. I like the damage is okay. But again, that's not the focus of our build. Our choices are Ares or the shop. Ares would be kind of interesting on our special. If we could stack Doom, but we've had very little luck with him, so we might just be better off getting his caster call versus getting his special. Like, getting the palm here, not worth it. But I don't feel like going to the shop either, as I doubt we'll get anything interesting. So we can advance our relationship more with Ares, but hopefully talking to him enough times, we will just get it naturally. As we've killed a lot, we've cleared a lot, we've used weapons a lot. I don't know what else you'd want.
You wield Coronach, the Heartseeker. It pierced 3 titans in one shot back in the war amongst our kind. Please do take care of it.
Rest well, try. We always appreciate your company. Ooh, you're called. It turns you into Pervious Blade Rift. Yeah, I guess we'll try that. Mix it up a little, chat. Free invincibility is always nice.
Hello, Fury Sisters.
Well, Zach, may I have this dance for old time's sake?
Oh, I didn't dash. I was still charging. My bad. Okay, so we stunned her, which is good. Oh, I thought she had a dead spot, but she didn't. She was just missing initially. Okay, let's just back away for a little bit. Well, I guess she very slowly corrects herself. Okay. I just used our rift to get some free damage. We'll wait for her to stop shooting. Oh, as I walked into that. Yeah, so unfortunately, we don't have like that quick, easy, long-range shot. I gotta charge it up. We're definitely at a disadvantage. We'll make do, though. We'll make do. That went okay, but yeah, definitely that attack range nerf is feeling it.
This flew off. Found you.
I could see people liking it for sure. Like, I think it's actually not bad with Demeter, but it's like,
Maybe I should switch.
Could be better. What do we want here? Do I want to get Zeused? I think I want to get Zeused. Well, Zeus into, I think, Egg, I think.
Should help.
I need to get, like, some guaranteed damage for sure. Pay for healing? Nah. Okay. We're leaving this area with 182 gold. Okay amount.
There.
And we have enough Titan Blood to unlock a couple of the final forms of some of the weapons, so hopefully we'll use that before we beat the game. As I said before, we have to be getting fairly close, but I have a feeling we are getting locked behind conversations at this point, where we could potentially be at max relationship with a lot of characters, but we're just not coming across them. Just like we didn't come across Sisyphus there to conclude his story. It's unfortunate.
This is the Reaper's power.
Thank you, Eldritch, for the raid. Always appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Oh, that charge shot is horrible. There we go. We pulled through, though. Hopefully Soten's been going well. That's good news. Our only choices are Hermes or a Palm. Well, given that I don't really want to upgrade anything we have, we might as well try to get another God Power. Hope my stream goes well. Well, it was very rocky in the beginning. We had some internet issues, and that caused us to swap games. But I think otherwise it's been going well since then. I don't think we've had any drops. He caught me on the dash.
So close.
There we go. Keeping it simple. Yeah, the downside to the hammer pickup that we got to try to complete the prophecy is it halved our range. Given that this bow is all about landing an attack into the special, so we get the heat-seeking arrows like that. Definitely a challenge. So ideally from Hermes, I only want to see one of three things. I want to see God Gauge regen, extra dash, or sturdy, and movement speed. Let's see what he gives us.
You're pretty close with Thanatos, aren't you, boss? We don't often run in the same lanes, though our duties sometimes intersect a bit. Odd chap. Seems good at what he does, though.
Come on, Hermes, give us something good. Cast, special, dodge. Okay, chat, so he decided to give us nothing useful. This is... I guess if I had to pick one, maybe 10% damage reduction of just completely negating is better than anything else. Faster special is not actually that useful for what we have. It doesn't matter. This is our shop for 269 or purple. Given that the drops have been kind of bad, I think I'm gonna go to the shop and just hope for God Power. Hopefully we get something interesting here. I don't really need more purple at the moment, which will be used for upgrading the mirror. We have a choice of getting purple anyway. We have an Ares. If we get his dash, I'm okay with that. Hopefully we get one of his passives. I don't want his special. He gave us his special. He also gave us his dash, but has no bonuses. After slaying a foe, your next attack or special deals more damage. I'll just take random damage passives over non-upgraded abilities. Fine. Ooh, chat, we're about to get Zeused.
It's good to see you too, mate.
The Zeusening, chat. I'm ready. Please give us the Zeus special. Don't give us anything else. I don't want to see it. What a nasty, unfortunate mini-boss for reduced melee range, or reduced range of bow. So I don't have an easy way of clearing projectiles due to the range restriction. I gotta play this really carefully. Oh. It's gonna be difficult, but we think we can do it. Trying to find a good place to stand there is always interesting. Okay. That went a lot cleaner than I thought it would.
Again sometime, all right?
We were not punished for half range.
In the name of Hades.
Chad, I want you to know, my disappointment is immense. We didn't get special. This is all we needed to complete the build. Didn't get it. Instead, he gave us Thunder Dash, which is... Oh, it's okay. After using a call, deal 15% more damage. I mean, that one's not... That one's solid, but... Don't like that at all, chat. I know.
This one is special.
Do I bother taking his dash? I don't know. I'll take chat opinion. Well, I'm not going to take Cloud of Judgment, though. I don't care about this. Well, actually, no. It's faster gauge in general. You know what? I'll do this one, actually. Never mind. We'll take this. I'll take faster gauge. I thought it was only when you take damage, but it's also when you deal damage. So I think I'm okay with that. Also, I got stuck in those urns. So very, very unfortunate. We took the Zeus keepsake to hopefully get the special. The special would have allowed us to go from doing, I don't know, like maybe 12 an arrow to like several hundred, and it becomes an AoE, which would have been completely insane. It would have probably deleted everything, but we got unlucky. The game will try more often than not to fill an empty slot, and we have dash missing, so we got not quite 50-50'd, but more or less 50-50s. Because it will try to fill in something that you don't have. Also, I got stuck in that animation. That sucks. Ooh, they are really aggressive. I need them to go away for a little bit. Nice. We'll take the bonus health for now. Well, thank you for stopping by, Ultras. Appreciate the raid. Hopefully you have good luck with Soten tomorrow as well. Well, chat, we've been getting nothing but health ups. I think I might take Chaos here. Our choices are otherwise a Hermes. That's... we actually can't get. Money, health. Oh, but it's Duo God. Oh, but it's also Ares Demeter. Chat. I don't think I want any of those. Actually, this is gonna be one of those rare moments, chat, where I'm like, I saw the Duo God and I went, no. I don't think I will, chat. I think I'm gonna actually deny the Duo God. If it was like Dionysus or Artemis or Athena or Zeus or anybody else with Ares, I would have taken it. But the fact that I don't want anything from Demeter means she's more likely than not going to give us her special, which I don't want, or her dash, which I don't want. And Ares is... normally it would be good to take it on the bow, but I actually don't want it on this bow. So we're gonna skip that. We're gonna do Chaos again. This is for you, chat.
Interesting.
After gain another cast. Wow. Chat, just... I think I have to take this one. I think we're going for a cast build. I think we're just gonna do... or cast 40% damage. Ooh. You know what? No. We need spam. We need more spam. Spam's more important than damage.
An acceptable decision.
Artemis or the shop? Ooh, I'll take an Artemis. Her special, I don't really want it. Her dash is not really wanted, but her passives are solid. We're out of gold anyway. Oh, wait, was this before the boss? Oh, I think I made a big mistake. Ooh, we're gonna take so much damage, chat.
Good old Father Zeus. He must have blessed you with his lightning bolts, did he? Always looking out for everyone.
Artemis Zeus duo would be amazing if we can get it. Special is stronger, chance to deal crit. No. We don't really want that. Dash strike, no. We'll take the random crit though. Ooh, we're gonna take 42% more damage on the boss. I didn't think that through. This is gonna be hard.
If only you knew just how I feel, Ernie.
Hello, Lernie, the Bone Hydra. Now we pray, chat, that I don't get hit. Because if I get hit, I'm gonna take so much damage. Already got hit, not a good sign. we're gonna definitely collect our casts, because that does the most damage.
Can't do that.
Okay, we got some good ricochet damage, thanks to Zeus. Gonna very carefully collect those. Again, we're gonna focus on dodging the projectiles as much as possible. We can't afford to really brute force this. Oh, I thought he would have more of an animation there. That was unfortunate. We built up 2 gauges, which is good for us, so I can get 2 out of jail free cards, I think.
I can't.
I think we'll use it there just to do some damage. I got rid of 2 heads. I think that was a good trade.
Not yet. I'm empty.
Oh, I thought I had the god gauge. That sucked. I had it by like not like just 1%. So close. Let's get the ricochet lightning there. Dash through that. I think we got the crit on our enhanced strike. Ooh, there we go. Nice. Little scary without the multi-dash or sturdy or any damage on our special, but I'll take it. That was the bravest chaos I think we've seen so far. We should get an okay amount of health back, which is good because Elysium is going to do a ton of damage to us.
Which to choose?
Okay, I already did Egg. We already did Zeus. Zeus disappointed us. Think about it. What would be a good backup? I don't know. Like, we really just need it to be Zeus. But I don't think the game is going to give us Zeus again. I could get Dionysus for a dash. I could go for more Artemis, maybe. This is a tough call. I'm not really sure what to take here. I could also level up another trinket, because honestly, a lot of these are not super useful, because the god I want was Zeus, and we can't select him again. 25 to our health total. Let me clear it. See, if we had the other bow, that would have been really good. Get 100 gold just for going there. And Urns give us health. Attack, special, and cast deal extra damage when no boon is equipped. I mean, we should probably level some of these. Maybe I could take the broken spear point. Because again, I don't really want any of these gods. I just wanted Zeus, and we got disappointed. Yeah, this will stop us from taking a ton of damage. Maybe we should do this one.
Got it.
Again, just hoping for a Zeus, or if it really gives us nothing, I'll take a Poseidon on the special, because at least it knocks the enemy away from us. That way I have time to set up for traps and things like that. If we get Artemis, I think it'd be really good. So maybe we'll see. I mean, I should more than likely than not get Artemis, I guess. If she shows up again, I'll take her on maybe our dash or something.
Coronacht will find
you. There we go. I like that our single shot is so strong, it basically just kills them outright. Okay, how do we deal with the spear guys, the bowman, or the shield man, I mean? We're gonna have to play, I guess, the dashing game. Speaking of dash, please give us dash. Move speed 40%? Ugh. Yeah, I'm shaking my head. Quick drop could be useful if we're going for the Artemis Zeus duo. But we really need some speed. Like, I just need to be able to get out of there, for sure. Choices are Demeter or money. Oh no, Chow, we're getting Demeter. No, I don't want Demeter. I'm actually gonna deny that. I'm taking the gold. Listen, different god, please. Literally any other god. I'll take Athena. Athena dash is good. Athena special's nice. But getting Demetered like 4 times in a row, brutal. We don't even have our cast, and we really don't want to improve her other things at all. I'll take the money. The only thing we could get that's useful from her, I think, is her passive. But due to the fact that we still have missing skills, it's extremely unlikely she'll give us decay. Is the only thing I want from her. Maybe cast does AoE damage, but we've seen that also makes one of the later trinkets worse, so Fixed Blessing there. Okay, at least our cast damage is pretty high. I'm liking the ricochet. I can't aim. There we go.
Thought I won't miss a couple coins.
Okay, so now we have 5 casts. So if we could get something crazy, it would be appreciated here. Our choices are a shop or gold. I think we're gonna go for the shop. It's Trove Trial for more purple, sure. Take that first. He's so good at blocking our attacks, since our attacks don't come from a set direction necessarily.
There we are.
The more often than not, we can't get them to get behind his shield properly. Okay, let's go to the shop. Just don't be Demeter, please. Anything other than Demeter, like Zeus, would be amazing here. We got Zeus. Oh, are we gonna get saved? The lifeline?
Here's the fee.
It rolled with absolutely nothing, but I think I have to take it. I have to take it.
The might of the heavens.
I could pay money for health, but we're at 190. I think I'll skip. Hello, Charon. Sure, we'll talk to you, even though I don't want to. Well, thank you for watching, Kirk. I always appreciate your company.
I always hesitate. Oh. You owe me neither time nor generosity, and certainly not this. But if you truly have no better use for it...
Oh, you definitely don't deserve this at all, Patroclus.
It's not a matter of sir. Please open your mind to the possibility, nay, the fact that there are those who care about your well-being.
Shaking my head, Chan.
This spear point that you gave me, sir, it's been quite useful, though I have to ask you, is there any particular significance to it? Most spear points aren't imbued with power such as this.
Oh, that. Just something I've been meaning to get rid of, but it can be difficult, discarding trifles from the past. Knowing it's provided you some benefit is welcome news.
So unfortunately, I think he has some of the worst benefits he could give us, like replenishing Death Defiance, useless, we'll almost never have it lost by then. Restore 30% health, not worth it. I guess we'll do more damage.
Take care then.
Not a big fan. Our choices are another Zeus. Ooh, if we could get a high-level Jolted, that would actually be fantastic for us. So maybe all we have to do is potentially get Artemis after this. We should be set. Huh, maybe that doesn't stack as much as I thought it did. Oh no, it hits multiple times there. Interesting. Not as strong as I thought it was, to be honest with you, chat. That's okay. I was thinking it would apply per hit, but it kind of doesn't. Huh. Our cast is also too far away to ricochet. Unfortunate. Oh well.
I'll keep my soul.
We'll live with our choices for now, chat. Dash does lightning. Oh, we want jolted. Lightning striking twice is not bad, but we'll take jolted.
I feel all tingly.
Choice is a key or a purple. We'll take purple.
More strongbows.
Yeah, when the arrows take longer to reach them, I feel it actually does more damage. Because I think they have like an inbuilt invulnerability time, so I can't just instantly smite all of them, unfortunately. Although it did some decent damage there.
That was rearming.
But yeah, we have a lot of casts, so we can potentially stay full screen if we want to the whole time. We could potentially sell something here, which is kind of tempting. Maybe I could have taken a bad Demeter one, gotten rid of that. Don't have enough heat for that. Our choices are hammer or palm. Hopefully the hammer will not penalize us, but we'll see. Oh, thought it was within range. I was not. I think we got this though, chat. Took a little damage there, but not the end of the world. It is bow. We'll be fine. Oh wait, no, it's Extreme Theseus. Ooh. Maybe we're not fine.
Not yet.
Maybe we're not fine, chat. I have to think about that. We have to gear up for actually a difficult fight. Well, I really hope we get Hermes Dash then, chat.
This spell could use a little.
Attack deals 50% to your nearby foes. Special does 3 for every consecutive hit. Your attack hits up to 3 foes, dealing 50% for each. I think chaining this strike might be useful.
The deadliest bow of all. Check the
Restore health entering chamber. Let's take that immediately. So your choices are more purple or gems. Really not liking these choices. Can I re-roll gems into something more interesting?
Time for a change.
Re-rolled it into a key. Man, what a waste. But that also means I don't have to fight the Minotaur. Actually, you know what? Worth it. I don't want to fight the Minotaur. Not doing it, chat. I already know the fight will be hard. I don't really need a preview. Lightning damage coming into play, which is nice. Awesome. We dodged the mini boss there. We get another Demeter or a shop. Fine, we'll go to Demeter. I don't feel like we're gonna save our money for the next floor.
Oh, wow, look at the pretty butterfly.
Pretty butterfly indeed. Although I could have helped up before the boss, I guess, technically.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Oh, it actually gave us the one that I was looking for. Decay damage is really free, and it makes them very slow. I think we'll take Killing Freeze. It's just a lot of free damage. There's really no reason not to take it. So I fully expect to lose a Death Defiance here. We got a little bit of healing back, but not a whole lot.
Brothers in death! I'm telling you, you're wrong, Asterius. He is no royalty, most certainly not any I would recognize. He's but a nameless, long-forgotten minor god, born of the depths and bound to stay in them.
I too once was berated by such words, King. We faced this enemy how many times? And in my estimation, he's fought bravely here.
Bravely? Hiding behind those pillars is what you call bravely, Asterius? We shall have to discuss this strange lapse of judgment after we achieve our victory.
Let's go recollect our cast so we can do some damage. Let's use our call to get out of that. That did a lot more damage than I thought. Yeah, Minotaur I think is the biggest threat now. I felt Theseus was kind of annoying before, but he is nothing compared to the Minotaur. Minotaur is the worst, chat. Okay, we dealt with the big threat. So we still might lose the Death Defiance here. But honestly, he is just so much easier than Minotaur. All of his attacks are very easy to dodge. Just go sideways to him.
Fiend, is your weak sense of resolve already shaken? No, not again! Lord Poseidon, I invoke your might!
Yeah, like, look how easy his Form 2 is in comparison. He's getting wrecked, chat. Easy. Form 2, easy. I don't care about his Form 2 at all. Yeah, so I feel like Theseus just gets easier. Like, so much easier to deal with. But the Minotaur is just atrocious. The Minotaur just has so much wide AoE that it makes it very difficult to do anything other than focus him. Yeah, like, comparatively, like, it was just like, thank you.
I shall stop you by my own hand if I must.
I actually think regular Theseus is harder than the Chariot Theseus, just because he's able to block attacks, so it's more likely that you can't hurt him, and he'll snipe you and be more annoying, whereas that one, he just kind of roams around randomly. I'm not impressed, chat, is what it comes down to. I'm not impressed. Pay money for healing? Yeah, good trade. So, power-wise, we're doing okay. We don't have any dashes, but I think even if lightning doesn't apply multiple times, the fact that we can get chill and jolted means we could get our status ailments up. And our normal attack is fairly strong.
I'm sure the same.
So, as long as we keep stacking chill, we could get decay on enemies. We have a lot of AoE bounces to deal with, I would say, the mobs. They're okay against bosses. We have a choice of an Ares. Maybe his dash would be good. Actually, before I do that, is there anything more interesting than that?
Satyr tunnels.
Health, money, Palm. We're getting rid of Palm. Reroll.
I don't think so.
Demeter. Tempting to reroll, not gonna lie. A health increase or double money. I really don't want another Demeter. I'm actually gonna reroll her, chat.
I won't have it.
Another Ares. Much better. That made me smile, chat. Goodbye, Demeter. Okay, let's get his dash, maybe.
Cheers, mate.
It didn't come with anything, but I think it's better than nothing. Although I could get just your attack special to cast deal more damage. Or I could go for Artemis. I don't know what the right call is here. I have to think about this. We have Zeus, whose dash I think is okay, but I'd rather get a Zeus passive. Artemis dash is not that useful. I guess I'll do this for damage. It's free damage. It's not a lot of damage, but it is free damage. But then I could get another Ares here, so I think we'll do Ares first into Zeus maybe. Yeah, fortunately I don't think it could be Oops All Demeter with the rerolls anyway. Yeah, so we have so many casts that I could kill the rats fairly quickly there. So that's a good sign in terms of clear speed. So we're doing okay. We don't have like a lot of outright burst, but I think we're fine. I think our DPS is fairly high in the beginning. Goodbye. There we go. Actually got the kill with the Blade Breath. Electric Shot leveled, so our cast does even more damage. That's actually perfect. as that is going to help deal with the enemy's armor a lot more easily. And we could get into scenarios like this. They're very powerful to have the casts. Nice.
This temple's positively crawling.
There we go. Not bad.
Ares.
Hopefully we get some nice Ares passives here. After you take damage, inflict doom on enemies. Cast special, deal more damage. Both of these I think are pretty good. I think we'll do this one though for just more overall damage.
This means
Makes our cast burst a lot better. And our attack is actually fairly strong, all things considered. Getting a little extra to that doesn't hurt. Nothing of interest for sale here. I think maybe we'll just get a palm.
Pleasure doing business.
Chill, I think, is the right call here. I think we should go for Zeus next and Artemis maybe. Already seeing the benefit of the bonus cast damage means that those enemies don't have enough health by themselves. It's good news for us. That means we can afford to stall to get upgrades for the trinket we just acquired. So I like that. Ooh, the cast made me go backwards. Ooh, I poisoned myself. I got too excited shooting the cast as it forces you backwards slightly. Clouded Judgment leveled. Which one was that? Oh, fills faster when we deal or take damage. Excellent. As I think the Ares and vulnerability is situationally extremely strong. Oh, I got it again. Yeah, unfortunately, them having armor is the worst thing for us, as we don't have the range to deal with them. And it is very risky to get close, but we'll try. Man, it just keeps giving us nothing but darts, man, huh? Okay. Thanks, Souders. That sucked. Well, there's so much poison on the floor, I wasn't sure where to walk, but we got through eventually. Come on, Zeus. Give us some interesting passives. Lightning bounces more, revenge damage. Lightning deals damage in a larger area. Maybe this is more useful. That'll help with the AoE clear, I think. Now, if we had focused, I think, Doom, we could have gotten some Doom damage with Ares, with his duo, but it's fine. We'll go to Artemis next. So damage-wise, we're probably okay. We have just enough casts to deal with the rats. Hello, Callum. Hope you're doing well. Simple clear, static discharge leveled, which I think is the jolted damage. Excellent. That'll help speed up fights significantly. Oh, we found the exit. No satyrs indeed. Let's pop these to make sure we get any money we need.
Just the foul sack I need.
Log gauge fills up faster whenever you crit, whenever they get dislodged. Support fire, I think, is really good as its exit wounds for this particular build, because we could potentially deal, what is that, almost 700 by itself. Actually, I think this might be the play. Support fire is really good with this build, but it's 140 damage. I don't think I could say no to that.
Artemis, guide my hand.
It's not as useful in the mob clear, but it'll help with Hades. I think slightly more. We could get another upgrade. Guess we'll go to gold next. We'll see how we're doing health-wise in terms of if we want to clear one more run. Oops. Walked into that. That's what I get for trying to look at chat briefly. Get punished. Yeah, with that much gold, I think I could get one more weapon upgrade. By weapon upgrade, I mean the god power upgrade. Nice and easy. Health-wise, we're still doing pretty well. Almost killed them all. Again, if there's ever a point where I have to retreat from Hades, which I think will be high, given that we don't have a lot of range, I think and end up doing a lot of damage to him. Oh, he poisoned me right at the tip. There we go.
That's something.
High voltage leveled, which I think is the AoE clear, which is not too bad.
For Charon.
We did take a lot of damage though, so I have to think about if it's worth doing one more room or not. Oh, we could purchase health? Oh.
I'll take it.
Maybe that's worth it then.
The power of the gods.
Special does more damage. I think we should do this one.
Sharpen my senses.
So I guess we'll try to risk it for one more health increase. I might be able to get like 20 or 30 health back by clearing this. With well-placed casts, we might not take damage on some of these rooms. That'll make up for the final room, whatever it is. Nice, nice. Another room, pretty flawless clear. Also, we might end up with a shop at some point. I haven't seen any purple wells so far in the Satyr Pit. We're lucky, we'll see it in this room. Glad we didn't have to walk into that. So we'll get a guaranteed 25 health for clearing it. So if we go mostly net neutral here, there's really no downside to this. Hopefully it's just not a bunch of satyrs with darts, because that would be the worst. We're getting bitten up a lot by the rats though, which is unfortunate. But hey, if it's all rats, I'll take that over any of the other waves for sure. There we go. I'm starting to see that damage really escalate. There's so much going on. Hopefully I can brute force my way out of this. Nice. A lot of judgment leveled. Okay, so we get even fast. God gauge even faster, I meant to say. And I think we went about neutral in health, which means if we die, we just end up with 12 more health of life. So that was worth it. Plus we're about to gain health from leaving. It's actually completely worth it.
One Satyr sack coming right up.
I could get rid of something randomly. I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess I could just do this. There's really no downside to this.
Random enchantments.
I lost double shot, but I got spread shot. Interesting. Piercing shot. Your special pierces foes and deals 400% damage to armor. Nice. Okay. So we lost the short range for a tri-shot. Huh. I'll take that.
Vigilant Cerberus decides to look the other way this once.
Well, good luck with your trip to London, Callum. Hopefully it goes smoothly and safely.
Bye for now, boy.
Traverse destroyed his meal in 3 bites. Nice. So now we have more range to apply our Heat Seeker, which is good.
Hate to keep you from your parchment work.
I had other pressing business to attend to, but I cannot let you leave.
Alright, simple, straightforward. We'll just immediately cast him in the face. Ooh, that was scary. It's teleporting away a lot, which is kind of annoying.
Observe. Rise, wretches, and fight with the ferocity with which you once clung to your meager lives. This shape-shifting of yours.
Let's punish him with some big Ares damage. Oh, taking a lot of unnecessary damage there. Okay, he went invincible again. Unfortunate. It's a little rough without the multi-dashes, but at least we got our range back. Makes this a little easier. I'm mostly just building up God Gauge by killing his friends. There's really no downside to this. Ooh, except if I miss the dash like that. Okay, just don't get hit by a shockwave here, and I think we'll do okay. We got 3 Death Defiances, so I think we'll be fine. Went invincible again. Let's go collect our cast. Again, as long as we keep applying Frost, he should be fairly easy to dodge. Ooh, I got greedy. Got punished. Deserve that. I think we're fine though. We got this in the bag. Speaking of which,
You shrug off death as though it means nothing to you. You win, boy.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
In the name of Hades.
You know, it went well. I mean, given that we didn't get a special for like 3/4 of the run, I'm pretty happy with it. Especially with the hammer. The hammer reducing range was a little brutal. But I'm happy we got that prophecy out of the way, so I never have to select that again. Unless I'm looking to be melee bow, which, as chat knows, I don't like to melee.
Horned creatures are familiar to Zagreus, having fought countless satyrs and the like. But he discovers this time that not even satyrs possess the sheer, ferocious power of a startled mountain goat.
No.
The important thing, chat, is we kept the win streak alive.
I did it, I think.
Chris is like, what? They're saying because like the mountain goats are able to survive in the surface, that they're more powerful than the satyrs, I guess is the takeaway from that comment.
Hey, Adusa, let me guess. You're here regarding the procession of these shades who've been standing here for quite some time, clogging the hall a bit. They barely moved at all.
You wonder if I enjoy playing the game Vampire Survivors. I don't know what that is. I almost thought you were gonna say Vampire Savior, and I'm like, that's a fighting game. I've played it before, but not familiar with that one, Callum.
You guessed it, Mr. Hypnos. So, have you given any thought to maybe focusing the traffic flow through here a little bit to keep the hallway clearer and, oh, I don't know, put some sort of time limit in place?
You know, can't say I have. I've got my registration list and I have had to keep a careful eye on it. With all the shades that have been pouring in, it's really gotten slow around here.
It definitely has. I have to go. Hope you get yourself some rest, okay?
My goat, says chat. No advancement. No advancement with Dusa.
I got acquainted with the twin fists of Malphon recently, sir. Fills me with the kind of battle hunger I'd not felt before. To think the empty hand could have as much destructive force as any weapon.
How far behind are these conversations? The Twin Fists of Malphon. Chat, we didn't even play with the Twin Fists of Malphon this run. Did we even play with it the previous session, or was the session before that? Jeez, chat. They're like, next thing you know, it's gonna go like, so I found this gun. Like, we've literally won with it more than 3 times, I think, at this point. We just got our first conversation about it. Truly amazing, chat.
The empty hand has more destructive force than any weapon, lad. It is the only weapon that can wield all others, and without it, all others are nearly powerless. The twin fists are a testament to that. Use them with care. Don't lose your head out there.
Thank you.
Returned, have you?
Not a lot of conversations we have left with people. Getting a little worried.
I hope I haven't been inconveniencing you too much with all the visits to the temple lately, boy. Say, how do you get back? Charon giving you a lift?
Thus asks the prince his question of the guardian of the gates of hell, knowing full well the multi-headed monster keeps a wide berth of the river boatman. As to all with any sense.
Just kidding, boy. You like it when you get pets like this, don't you, boy?
You voided the contract with our court musician. Used your own authority against me.
So what if I did? Just gives him a bit of a break from time to time. He's still your court musician, isn't he?
He is. And he knows better than to undermine me, I think. Though I suppose the Queen would take your side that he has paid his dues in full by now.
He has. I have to ask you something, Nyx. What is this debt you owe my father anyway? Forgive my eavesdropping, it's just I heard the two of you discussing things and it came up.
I was here long before your father. The responsibility to govern fell to me. Yet I could not manage on my own. I shape the darkness, ensure the integrity of the domain. I am less prone to census-taking and administering rules. I receded from such responsibilities.
It was too much even for you. So, when father arrived, you welcomed him? He helped?
I was quite skeptical of him at first. I thought his presence merely a cruel trick of fate. But he worked diligently from the start. Soon there was order where once there was none. I fashioned this house for him, and I maintain it still. We remain in partnership, in interdependency.
He has never taken advantage of you? Of your generosity?
No, child. He has not. He can be short with me, as you have seen, but that is the extent of it. We have found ways to reconcile disagreements. Though your relationship with him, it is more complicated than my own, I fear.
Nyx is like, if only I could tell you your relationship with... She's like 30 conversations behind.
I'm sure we can reconcile our disagreements all the same.
Haven't seen Meg in a while.
What do you think of all the lounge decor there, Meg? Looking a little better these days, wouldn't you say?
You know, it isn't bad. Though I have heard the strangest thing, that you're responsible for all of this. I couldn't understand why you would even bother, honestly.
That's a good sign that they're talking about the decor. Maybe I added enough for it to count.
Well, it's a popular locale for off-duty underworld officers to take a load off between shifts, and so I figure least I could do is pitch in and make the place a little better than I left it, right?
It's really not looking good. Yeah, it's like a horrible clash of colors.
How very selfless of you, Zagreus. Soon, doubtless, it'll be your portrait hanging on that wall back there.
As soon as we get that reward chat, I'm undoing all of it.
Oh no, let's not get ahead of ourselves, Meg.
Like, I think the stuff in the kitchen is
dinner, maybe?
Okay to keep, but pretty much nothing else.
Here's the latest cat, chef.
Only 20
Pleasure doing
gems.
business.
Garbage. See anything interesting here? A diamond for Titan blood is absolutely terrible. If it was like 10 diamonds, I'd be like, But no, that's not even remotely tempting.
Should check the garden.
The garden again.
This garden isn't quite the sight yours was back on the surface, is it, Mother?
On the contrary, Zagreus. It has its own unique charm, as each garden does. I was impressed it wasn't left entirely to rot after my absence.
It was totally off limits to me, though I guess Father must have taken care to maintain it as best he could.
He did, all right. Minus the part where you weren't allowed. Though, let's look after it from here, shall we?
Sounds good.
Nothing else to interact with in the garden. Getting close to getting something interesting with the purple. We get another dice, or I could save up for, I guess I said, more. I really don't need anything else at the moment. Like, I could try to cap Olympian favor if I really want to. We're at the point where getting Dark Foresight might make sense. Thinking about it. Just because we are hitting a lot of really dead rewards. About it. And again, I feel like unless we're explicitly going for legacies, I feel like duos are like so easy to get. I feel it's almost impossible for me to not get a duo if I'm going for it. So I don't think that portion of it is very useful. Where we do seem to be getting a lot of epics, I feel like this has definitely come in handy. Like, there's times where sometimes the only thing we have is an epic. So I kind of like it as is.
Let's try this.
Think about it. Let's see what our next weapon is. I won't be doing the run, but I'd like to know for next time.
Mate. Let me have it already, boyo. No holding back.
The spear again, really?
Wanna try that thing out?
I'm interested in the Guan Yu, but that max health, it just completely turns me off. I mean, imagine running around in 30 health in this game, chat. How unfun that would be. This is like, I feel like when you're done with the game, you play with this and it becomes the best thing ever. But with how many Titan blood we have, it's not worth it.
Hades. Achilles.
I live again, boyo.
Out of curiosity.
I'm empty.
Oh, so that even improves our cast damage. Oh.
Let me see you now for what you truly are.
I think Aspect of Achilles is much better than Aspect of Hades. That 75% with only 2 levels on our cast damage is kind of crazy.
Not yet.
Wow, with Dionysus, that must just be one-shot city. I think I'll run with this. What should I leave for next time? Who did we not really get to see a lot of? I think we haven't seen a lot of Athena. I guess we could try to get Athena up. Artemis could be fun. And maybe we'll start with Artemis and then do Athena dash. I think we'll do that. Got a decent amount of bonds. Really happy about that. You just don't get hit. Something like that. I doubt that'll happen though. But I think for now, let's talk a little bit about expectations for next time. Let's go ahead and quit out of the game. So we ended up playing a lot of Hades today. It was a bit unexpected. but I think we're gonna roll with it. So I think to try to make it up to the people that wanted to see Shadow Hearts, because Shadow Hearts is really good. We're gonna hopefully not have any connection issues, because as I said before, the game really is finicky. Not even Valkyrie Profile 2 was this finicky. I'm not really sure why it's behaving that way. I'll try to do a little research, I think, in between the streams. So I think next week we will not, or not next week, next 2 days, we won't be seeing any more Hades. So we can say goodbye to Hades for the week. So say goodbye to YouTube chat. So I think we'll do just a full run of Shadow Hearts on Thursday. And that should make up for the shorter stream by just doing like 3 to 4 hours. I think our goal is to try to get the bug fixes in for some testing, or at least part of a demo on Saturday. And if there happens to be major issues, then we'll kind of pause and redo it. But I think most of the commands are there. If worst comes to worst, I can re-enable some legacy commands to use, and I think it'll be okay. So if for whatever reason it's not working as intended, I could just use the old lists, as those should be working. I think that's pretty safe to say we'll be doing some stuff on Saturday related to Mayhem. But I think also for now, that's it from me. So I hope you enjoyed the different Hades runs. Sorry Shadow Hearts did not go all the way through. But I still had a good time. Mayhem, the latest build, I think was okay. I think most of the actions were working, which is a good sign. So hopefully with the check-in and the build creation of the latest changes, I'll have basically nothing in terms of bugs. I might play around with some formulas, but I think that's more from like a balancing perspective than it just like it not outright working. So feeling pretty confident about that. But yeah, I think for now I'm going to take a break. So thank you all for joining, and I hope you have a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.